the robot.
Yeah. He's like, maybe it was I did use valet service at this one place. Maybe they'd messed it up. And I watched all the videos and then I went back even further. I was like, dang, this happened like a week ago. And I was like, how do we not notice the big white paint mark on the back of the car?
Oh my gosh.
And so I was just talking to the insurance lady about coverage and where to take it and all this sort of stuff. So
Hmm.
um, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, it sounds like.
Well,
She's like,
it's a yeah. Go ahead.
she, she was like, oh, it's a specialty car. Not everybody
Yeah,
can, not everybody's certified to work on them, and
right. Like you ready to take that thing to the Tesla dealership?
but they don't have a paint shop here, so
Oh no.
so anyway, I got to figure out what to do, I guess. They gave me options for a preferred shop, and then she's like, this preferred shop isn't certified for Tesla, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. And I was like, awesome,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You can also take it to like a shop you know of if you know one.
Yeah, she was very adamant that we make sure it's Tesla certified. So
Well, yeah, that is true.
she's like, we
They
don't
got
want
to pay
any
for it.
and we don't want any incidents here. So that's
Hmm.
the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yep, there it
But
is.
I got lots of friends that have them, and I'm friends with one of my clients, and friends is works at the local Tesla dealer, so I've got a few connections to make something happen here, hopefully. So anyway,
Anyways, all right. Well, I'll let you run it. I got to take care of something, so I'll be here in the background if you need me. I'll pop
yeah,
on here shortly.
let me replace the share and pop on the disclaimer. And all right. I guess let me know when you're back if you can still hear me. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument. If you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. And welcome to the show, everybody. And let's see. I have a turbo wheel report. Ran it fresh this morning, fresh just a few minutes ago, actually, and I haven't actually looked at it. Um, so let me grab the link. Um, that was not what I tried to do. It just popped it up for me instead of copying it. There we go. Copy the link. I'll throw it in the chat right here. And oh, I gotta send it to everybody, not just to Blake. And there we go. Let's pop this baby up and take a look, see what we got cooking today. Look at the Market Masters page. PL holding up this support pretty well here. I'm hoping that, I do have 200 shares of PL that I got put from 30 up here in the 36 area. And we're just going to work that one. Now, if this does take off and do the things that I was talking about, we could see it up in this area right here. And that would be super awesome. But there's no guarantees of that, of course. Let's take a look over here. I did get put on B. I guess we need to got to sign some shares of that. Take a look at those and see where we might take action. So look at the top here. That is a 2x leverage on AMD. KTOS is number 2 here. Now, what this is, how this list gets made, I have it's all created by AI. I have an AI agent go log into marketchameleon.com. Well, it doesn't log in. It goes to marketchameleon.com, goes to the options page on the option flow, sorts by options that have or tickers that have 10,000 options traded on average per day and grabs that list. And then it takes that list and looks for high beta. And by high beta, I mean over 1.5 on the beta. And then it takes that and then and calls out anything that's above 100, which Hut scraping right at that limit, and then it calls out anything that's below 30. So this is going to be kind of lower to mid-size accounts is what this is going to be for. If you're like, I want stuff that's 200 or $300, you're gonna have to go do that work yourself. I did get put on B, as I mentioned. This has got all sorts of stuff in here, like Hood is in here this week. We're seeing hymns in there this week, on KTOS, lots of potentials in here. Now, I give it to another AI and tell it the expiration I want to look at. And I told it July 31st, 2026 expiration. And so it goes, grabs the data, it does the best job it possibly can. It looks for a delta target right around 4 to 6 cents, five kind of being the, you know, historically right around a five delta, that's 5 cent delta, has shown to pay right around 40% ROI. That's not universal. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. Um, and some of these may be illiquid. I told it to do the best job it could. It may or may not have actually done the best job. So it is all AI data, and it did find the ones that are paying the highest rate of raw ROI, and it kind of sorted the list by ROIs. So do your own work, make sure you check it out and try to figure it out. But there you go. So this list kind of boils it down. Like I didn't have to go do a bunch of work. Now, like I said, these may or may not be good ones. AMDL with a leverage long on AMD. I'm not sure I would jump out on that one. Just I that 2x leverage can be dangerous. We did play TSLL for a good long while. This is running at 3.49. The average daily volume on this about 4 million, much lighter than what TSLL was or it was back when we were playing it last year. And these leverage ones, yeah, this one's still 57 million compared to AMDL, which is only running around 4 million. That's good in liquid, but at the same time, may not be the most liquid. And this is not exactly the smoking hot chart. AMD is pretty extended, and I would think that it would be due for a pullback. So I would be very cautious here. This could easily drop down to the roadmap line with a 2x leverage. That could be some painful price action right there. 60% on AMDL. But if you believe this thing is just going to rip off and solve all your hopes and dreams, then AMDL could be the way to play. I saw Hood on the list. This, like I mentioned a couple weeks now, I thought this would come back to the roadmap line. We're in the vicinity here. It's very possible we see a little bit more downside. I want to see that hold that area. But if it doesn't hold that area, we could see it return back down here into these lows. And if it doesn't hold there, we could see it actually make a lower low than the low it made back here late March, early April, right there. That lower low could be maybe down to like 55. And that would be a pretty substantial drop from this 120 area down to 55. That's pretty big downside right there. I did not like the way that we popped up in here. So I just went ahead and let everything get called out, and the puts I was rolling forward. I just let them expire instead of chasing it on up. And I had a feeling that we may stall out in this red zone right here. That's kind of exactly what we did. And now we're retracing. I want to see this hold support and turn back higher. At this point, I'm not feeling super sparky and jumping on this for me. Let's pop up let's see if I can find the tab with PXO on it. There it is. Load it up, and we can take a look at where might be the opportunity inside Hood here. Just kind of looking for potential plays. We got lots of earnings stuff coming up, like Google coming up this week, probably going to pull back. It's a higher price ticker, of course. So we got Hood right here. Got to pick an expiration. Let's go with the 31st. Could you go with this Friday? You could. This does have earnings coming up. on the 29th. So this would be taking into consideration earnings also. You could be all the way down into 84 right now. 84 put, get you 43% ROI, pay you about $1.20-ish, looks like. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. And let's see, where is a platform? Let's see if I can pull it up. It is not logged in. Let's see if I can get this to log in here. There we go. You have Hood pulled up here. Looking at the 31st, 11 days out. Sent down into 84, which it's a pretty good swath. Yeah, about $1.20 on the mid. You check that out with my account right here that has margin. We're looking at 841. If we look at an account that doesn't have margin, that's going to take about $8,200. But that's a 43% annualized rate of return right there. If you go after something like this, and that gives you a pretty wide, the last time we were down there, early June. Now, could it dip on down to the 70 area where we consolidated for months and months? Yes, it could. It's entirely possible. I am still in our IREN for this Friday to answer the question there, Jim. And that, we can pull that one up. And I'm still in it. Not looking to do anything new yet because I'm still in it. I still sit on it. That 28 strike, still cooking. Percentage, probability of profit right now sitting at 97% right there. So I'm still sitting on that for this Friday. Still hanging out. July 24th. Could you do another one? It's possible. Right now, that one has dropped from 41 cents down to 15 cents. And even with the suck down last week, we didn't see a lot of downside on IREN. Let's type it in right there. I'm still in that one. We'll have to look at B here in just a second. Try to figure out what we're gonna do. I just had 100 shares I got put on that one. So IREN. See if there's any opportunity for 11 days out. This is PXO, called PowerX Optimizer. It is set up with a tool that does the wheel. It is not software run by me or my company. It's a third-party tool that I've purchased, and I have a referral link if somebody's interested. Just let us know in the chat. So right around that's interesting. The 25 strike has a 38, but the 24 strike is 54. That's a unique opportunity. Maybe a mispricing. Could be because of the high ask quote right there, and it not actually be 54%. So what this does, it calculates kind of a mid where it thinks you could get filled. And that high ask on that 2450 might be messing with skewing that up. So the 2550 may be the actual place where you could get filled. My position is at 28, so I have the 28 strike, which 2550, that's well below any of the recent price action there. Could this take a whole swing down lower? Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. It could come on down into this 2550 area. That's what we drew last week when we were looking at this. If you take a look down here, where's the best place to sell? 1 week out, 2 week out, basically pays about the same. So we're in the ideal spot to take advantage of this one. Right there. Hood, yeah, that best spot is 2 weeks out right there. Covers the earnings. And let's take a look at B. So B did close down below 36. Got put at 36. Could this dip on down a little bit more? Absolutely possible. Now, is looking like the ABC correction. If you missed the show on Friday, I talked about how this works, how it plays, the proportions, why I look for this move all the time. And then we get this rally back up and we can take it higher here. Now, just going off of what we have in place, the high, the low, we have resistance sitting there at 45 and an upside target at 58 and 61 with a high probability, lower probability up at 72 and possibly something even higher. So that's all in the cards. That's what we're looking at. So bringing that back, I actually got put B right there, 36 trade price. So right there. Got the 100 shares that we sold probably 2 weeks back when we did that. My actual cost basis is 36 minus what I got paid. Let's pull this up. B. Let me grab the cost basis right there. My 35.53. So looking at the come on there we go. So looking at it, I could probably sell a July 31 36.50. Give me 50 cents profit per share and bring in a 39% ROI. Now going to look at where's the best place? Why did I get into this? 1.7 beta, not the high like 3 or 4 like we've seen on some of the other stuff here. Jumping in. This is selling puts and this is just income trades, just generating income. Now, 1 week out, that's pretty much the best place to play. So somewhere about a week out. So that July 31, probably the best spot that we have available right now on B. So looking down in here, we're looking to sell a call. And showing that 36.50. Yeah, that's probably the spot right there. So how does that look on here? Jump in here, switch to B. You can clear this out. Jump down here, 36.50. Trying to get it filled. We've got one. Let's make sure it's the right account. Orange account. Got 36.50. Trade. And orange account. Let's edit the order. Let's go. Try to be a little bit more aggressive. And it says the mid or the natural price is at 47. Let's go back to the 56. It said in the beginning there, and it filled. So I probably should have been a little more aggressive there coming down off of that. That's 56. Go put it in the trade log. And let's just grab wheel trades. B right there. I got puts and the sell a call. Did that today. Did it at 11.50. Did that for the 31st. Did it at 36.50. And I got paid 0.56. Any questions on this one right there? Any questions? Any questions? How I did it? Why I did it? I'm, rolling back in the history here. I have a bullish bias on gold and gold miners. I think we're bottoming. I don't know that we have bottomed, but I think we are in a bottoming process. So I started to build my position. I may go ahead and sell another put on B because 100 shares is kind of light. So bringing that back bring this back over, going back to the wheel here on PowerX Optimizer. Like I said, if you have interest in this and using this tool to find these type of trades, looks like 34 for the 31st, or maybe this Friday at 66% return. Let's go back to selling puts. $34. Takes 500 bucks. Like, that's not bad. Place the order 28 and filled at 28 for this Friday, 4-day out, July 24th. Go ahead and put that in the log. Also, sell puts July 20th, 11:53. That was for this Friday. So a 34 strike, one. I got paid 0.28. You may be like, well, that one was 47. When I did that one, I had 11 days. When I did this one, I have 4 days. So the rate of return for 4 days actually puts that up in the 66% annualized rate of return for the time it ties up the money right there. So do you ever do spreads? Not when you're doing income trading, trying to take shares and turn that into profit. Spreads don't come into play. That's not this is the turbo wheel strategy. Turbo wheel, you would sell a put, you would take the shares, you would sell a call and get called the shares. And that's how this works. And it turns into income. And for those that don't think it necessarily generates much income, it can definitely turn into a lot of income very quickly. This is the primary thing that my co-host Jack would do, and it actually got him to retirement. So this 80,000 right here. Yeah, do I do spreads? Yes, I do spread trades for income. 82,000 right there, updated fresh. Now, the goal in this account right here that I have linked up on KInfo, this is, you don't trade at KInfo. It's not a broker. It's just a tracker right here. It's a tracker and auditor. This audits my trades, 100% verified. I actually trade at Robinhood in this account. Now, people wonder, how much money did I start with? About 75K in this account. I borrowed that money to get this started. The goal here is to generate a 1-month profit repeatedly of 50K. Now we go look at the current 1-month profit. I'm sitting at 20K. We're like, oh, you're failing, right? When I started this last year on tax day 2025, this number was small. It started out zero, basically, because I had no trades, no income, no nothing in this account. I funded it with about $75,000 that I borrowed, and the goal is to generate $50,000 a month. I thought it would take me 5 years to do this, to go from zero up to 50K. I thought it would take 5 years. I'm already 1 year in, so now I've got 4 years to go, and I'm already up to 20K a month. Not a bad deal. Now, I did take a step back in March. I was being overly aggressive, trying to push it up, being a hot shot. I thought I could get the 1-year number to 100K from the start date through the 1-year anniversary, and ended up doing a stupid. and taking a $50,000 punch in the face. I'm almost got that all the way back over here. Between a couple different trading accounts, I'm already way up here, but it's not in this account. And when I say several trading accounts, I was just trading with Tasty Trade. And we look at the year to date over here, and you can see like there's no big 50K loss in March. It didn't happen on this account. It just keeps climbing. So this account up quite a bit year to date. Look, the 1 year performance, it just keeps going. Like, why did you take a loss in this account and not the other account? This account, I was being more aggressive, trying to be a hot shot. The other account, I was just trying to be consistent. Wasn't showing it off. So that took a punch to the face. And then I still had that memory of taking that big loss, and I went ahead and closed something early that turned out to actually be profitable in the end. So we all make mistakes. We all have this like internal dialogue going on. And I think it really says something right here. Like, you've got to pay attention to the rules. If you're doing like spreads, you've got to play them high probability. If you don't, you can get hit. You can get your money taken right there. You can see TJT calls, TSLL calls. I've got these positions in there, the wheel type positions where I'm selling calls. They're in this account. We look at the all time here. This big jump right there. That was Rocket Lab. I got put on Rocket Lab. And then it ran higher. And then I got called out. Booked the profit. This one over here. This little jump. Littler jump, but still in there. That was on Dollar Tree. Dollar stores. And then didn't put the shares. Getting called out. Creates a jump. So you book profits selling puts. You book profits selling calls. And you book profits on the share gains. And that's a income trade. Now, why 50K? Why everything, right? I figured once this account right here, and this doesn't show the account balance, it just shows profit, booked profit, verified. But I figure once this account gets to around 1.6 million, and I'm going with a 40% ROI, you do the math on that, it's about 600K a year, which works out to 50K a month. And that's why the plan. That's why why 40%. That's why, and it's doable. It's repeatable. We can attain it. So that's yeah, this and Susan says in the chat, this strategy has made my year to date $85,000. So that's pretty smoking hot right there. So it just takes a little bit of work. Patience, discipline. You got to show up and keep doing this. You don't, and this isn't a trade that you have to manage every day. It's just a trade that you have to check back in on and do the maintenance and keep it going. Now, how do you mess it up? You get put the shares like I did on B, and then you stick your head in the sand. And you're like, oh, I don't want to. I'm underwater. Yeah, I'm underwater. Like, it's at 35. I got put at 36. My cost basis was or is at that 35.53. Am I letting that affect me right now? No. Like, my profit and loss, I'm $90 underwater on the B. But I'm selling another put. I'm selling the upside call. If I get called out at 36, that'll book 50 cents profit per share times 100 share, $50 plus the $56 I just collected here, plus the $53 I collected, or $47 I collected when I got put, when I sold the original put. So if we pop up the calendar or calculator, excuse me, not calculator, calculator, 47 bucks plus 56 bucks plus a 50 cents profit per share, be 153 bucks profit using, we used basically 3,600 bucks. Maybe a 4.25% return from the original time we did it, which was July 6th. If we got called out on the 31st, that'd be 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. And so it'd be a 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It'd be 26 days. So we divide that by 26. That's your per day return. Multiply by 365. That's 59% annualized. If I could just keep doing the same sort of thing. And that didn't even count the other put. Just the one put. Be a 59% annualized just by keeping on doing this. Most people are like, oh, you got to make these giant returns. You don't have to. You can just go for the nice, consistent. And B is not a crazy mover here. I feel like it's a fair way to just generate some consistent income right here on a relatively small amount of money. That's doable in a smaller account. You don't have to be swinging for the fences. It's not buying any directional trades. I'm not betting on it doing anything except just hanging out. I mean, 36.50 is not any kind of crazy move. That's just where it's been in the last week. Could it dip on down here? Absolutely. Could it put me another chunk of shares at 34? Yeah. Then my average cost basis will go to 35 instead of 36 right now. Because 36 plus 34 divided by 2 equals 35. Didn't even have to do all the math. It's 70 divided by 2, 35. So it lowers my cost basis by $1. And then I have 200 shares. And when I look at the bigger picture upside potential here, if I rode 200 shares up to 60 from 35, if I didn't get called out, if there's a lot of ifs here, I'd probably get called out before I got there, but let's just say maybe it's the conservative target, the 58 minus, let's just go with my current cost basis, 36. That's $22 upside times 100 shares. Well, that's almost doubling my money right there. Plus all the calls I'd be able to sell on the way up probably would more than double my money. That starts to look like a bigger chunk. And this is why the turbo wheel, why I call it the turbo wheel, because shoot, making double your money on a wheel type trade, that's not very common. But I catch these trades that are doing these bounces. And that's how I get the bigger. That's why I call it the turbo wheel, because most people just do the wheel on something that just kind of churning sideways. But I go after these stocks that have the potential to explode higher. So you say AXTI looks good for selling a 30 put 2 weeks out. We could pull up the list back up. Let's see. I got things flying all over the place here. I'll jump back over.
I'm going to repost that list too, because since you posted it, we've had a lot of people join. So welcome everybody to Market Master. It's good to see all of you guys here. I think we got that link fixed that was in the members area, and we've gotten a pretty nice jump up in attendance. So that's awesome.
Yeah, there you go, Blake. Blake's posting the link to this turbo wheel report right here. AXTI coming in at number 4 on the list. Potentially sell a 25 out there. What expiration? July 31. If you missed the beginning of the show where I explained this whole thing, what it does, how the list is generated, you have to go back and watch the replay or jump over to the Financial Wars YouTube channel and rewind. I think Blake, you're simulcasting there. And
I am, yeah. We can actually post this again too. Because I just sent it to Jimmy. Jimmy was asking for the replays. So this is like the whole thing. It's automatically uploaded there after we're done. And then somewhere, somewhere over the rainbow, I have this. You can watch the one from today. There.
this is a document generated by AI right here. If you did all 45 tickers, that's how much premium is potentially available right there. And how much money would it take to do all 45 tickers? Well, you'd have to add up this column right here, cost of 100 shares. But it's basically all kind of targeting right around a 40% ROI. That's what we're just looking at on the B. We actually went with a 34 just now. Are they all good? Not necessarily. I wouldn't touch the number one. I wouldn't do that. It's not for me. Sitting there at the all-time high on AMD, I expect a pullback. I do have HIMS already. I do have some HUT already. I do have URA already. I'm off the Rocket Lab. I do have some Circle exposure. I've got MSTR exposure. Don't have Hood currently. I did do Hood before. I've got B. I've got some SLV exposure, not directly with SLV. And IBIT's an interesting one that might be near bottoming out. Could have some downside. I did start building my long Bitcoin position for the next run. Is it early? Probably. You could be down to 32. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin, like IBIT. Let's go over to months ago, right here on the show back in February. I actually did a prediction on Bitcoin, and it's been pretty spot on so far. And I was predicting a downside. And in fact, I could probably grab that out of my Discord and show it. What I
Oh, look
actually
at that
said.
thing. Look at that. Bitcoin. I love the emoji, the freezing cold. It is ice cold, man.
Well, that's crypto winter, baby, you know?
Yeah. Believe it's back up to 65,000. I thought it'd be lower by now, but maybe they're just taking their time with it.
Well, they're taking their time because they got to suck some more people in before you like
Right.
really rip it down and bomb everybody out. Like
Right. You got to
that's
make everybody think it's going up and then you yoink them.
so here's the let's see. I found it, found what I was gonna pull over here. I drew this back here in February. So we may get a rally, and then we probably do a pretty big dip down in this 30, 50K zone. We didn't quite get it back up to 104. We found resistance at the roadmap line and turned down and dipped into the 50s, but not down to the below 50. Still think that we've got that target zone hanging out down there. See, I thought we were going to pop up here as we drug this on down. That became resistance. We didn't bust through. We went on down further. And I just don't believe that we have sufficiently bummed everybody out on Bitcoin yet. We could have a dip down to 30K. 40K is kind of the ideal, though. 40K right in the middle. Let's just roll with that right now. 30 to 50K, split it in half, 40K. That could be 38% downside from where we are right now. All right. So IBIT trades on a percent basis 1-to-1 with Bitcoin. Oh, look, I already got a target drawn on here.
Said, oh, look at that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
38%. Look where it comes out, right in the middle of the target zone. You think I do this all the time or something?
Yeah, how about that? Does Ethereum have basically the same chart as Bitcoin?
Yeah, Ethereum's probably going to get cut in half again. But I can go to that in a second. Let me finish my
Yeah.
thought process here. So 2250. If you really wanted to kind of be down in at a more ideal spot, 2250. Now, what is the pull over the turbo wheel report, take a look, see what we got cooking here. IBIT is saying 32 with an 8%, 8-cent take. It's probably a little light. Probably have to go a little closer. So you'd have to be right in here at the lows. And if having a little dip right here didn't bother you, maybe you would be willing to dollar cost average. So I'd probably go in light on IBIT if I was chasing it now, with the potential to know that we may get this other dip. And October is kind of my time frame to do it by. I think we're going to see this one more flush. Does it have to happen? No. Could the bottom already be in? Yeah. That's why starting to think about it now. And yeah, I was accumulating some long in the last couple weeks, just small little chunks, especially on dips. I don't have IBIT yet. And let's see, let's pull over the platform, take a look, see what we got. Now, why would I do this? Well, Bitcoin's probably going to make another big run. It's probably going to go above 200,000. It's probably going. So think about that. Right now, we're hanging around 60,000. If it goes over 200,000, that's at least a three times your money. 180,000, like three times from 60,000. That's a pretty big upside. How could you catch it and take advantage of it and be able to trade options all the way? IBIT. But you got to get a good price on IBIT. Now, where's the best place to shop? Let's take a look at the IV curve. And it's kind of like everybody's kind of bummed out on Bitcoin right now. They're not thinking it's going to do much for the next month, 2 months. You'd have to go out like a year to really get paid any kind of meaningful payment. Well, that's not great. So playing shorter term, you can make more decisions, not tie up the money forever. Has a beta, this has dropped. It was running like almost 3. Now it's down to 1.76. It has dropped off, so it's not paying nearly what it used to pay, but it's come back up from the lows it made recently. So it's gotten a little more spicy, a little more interesting. We're looking down in here, down around that 32. Yeah, you'd probably have to play around a 34 right now at the recent lows to get paid a decent rate of return for 11 days out. Now we could actually use our PXO software, my PXO software, and check out where a good spot might be. Is anybody enjoying this so far? Let me know in the chat if this is interesting, how to dig through and find a potential trade.
That's what
Kind
Mondays
of,
is about.
kind of work on a thesis, an idea, and how to turn that into actually something actionable and tradable. And we jump in here and looks like the 36 out, even to July 31st. 36 is where they're going to pay the 40% ROI. Actually, look at that. The 1 week out pays 42%, but going out going out one more week pays a less percent ROI. So like I was saying, this is where playing shorter term is going to be the better idea. I may actually do one of these just to see. That's the 36 ROI for this, or 36 for this Friday. Yeah, look at that. It's actually got some more juice in it. Then see if I can go ahead and get one of these put on. I'm just gonna do one for now because I want to start light. I don't want to go heavy right now. This account's not a giant account. And boom, filled at 22 immediately. So I probably could have gotten 23 maybe, which was the ask price. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the trading log. Open a position. IBIT. This is
I
in
actually
the two.
posted that in the chat too for everybody. It's the July 24th 36 put if you want to sell it to open. Not a trade recommendation. It's just what Jeffrey's doing.
Yeah, I actually did that with my own real, real money, real account. This happened at 12:15, and the expiration date for it was this Friday. The strike is a 36 strike. Could Bitcoin drop out and put me these shares? Absolutely. Could it go on down to the 20s like we were just talking about? You betcha. I got filled at 22. I feel like it's, high confidence and according to my plan. Took about $3,600 buying power right there.
That's a cheaper trade, than some you've done in the past. $3,600.
I did this one earlier while you were talking, while you stepped away. I did a 34 put. I got put at 36 last Friday, and I sold a 36.50 upside call. But then I went ahead and sold another 34 put and collected 28 cents. So if you look at the money tied up in the return, B is actually paying better than IBIT.
I see.
But I like to spread my risk around a little bit. Now I have this when we did last week here on IREN, it was 28 and paid 41 cents. But it was a little bit longer duration. It was 11 days. So I did this one just for this Friday, and I did this one just for this Friday. And this is how you do it, everybody. Like this is what you do. You take the list, you build you dig through, you find something you like. Are these right for you and your account? I can't say that. Like, please be careful. Permacautious. If you don't like gold, don't trade B. If you don't like AI data center stuff, don't trade REN. If you don't like Bitcoin, don't trade IBIT. Yeah, BTU. I'm already in this one. I've got some upside calls sold all the way out to October. August. Excuse me, August. Sold those out for the 30 strike. I got put at 26. Sold those upside the 30. Get paid 35 cents. So this will be tied up for a little while on BTU. The PL ones, I've got 35. I actually got put at 35. I said 36. Got put at 35. I've got 35 calls sold for August 21st. Other stuff, Celsius, energy drinks. I don't drink Celsius, but I'll trade it. And right now, I have nothing sold against it. I need to come in and do maintenance. That one expired on Friday. So we can take a look at it really quickly. CELH. There's the one I have open. Yeah, I have some that I archived back before. I got put at 32. Selling the calls I've sold and puts I've sold, my cost basis, actual cost basis, my risk right now is at 29.29 per share. It's sitting at 28.77 a share. I'm at a loss. Oh no, horrible, right? Only horrible if you just stick your head in the sand and don't do anything. Now, this one doesn't have any upside calls it is highlighting right now. But we have a handy dandy tool down here that we can pop in. Let's see, shrink down the selling puts, grab the selling calls, type in CELH. We may have to go out further than this too. And we'll look at the potential ROI here. At 32, which would be my original cost basis there, paying a 45%. Could take a smaller ROI for the week and do a 32.50. That's for 11 days out. Jumping out a little further. Ooh, that 35.50 for August 7th. Must have earnings coming up. I bet you. Yeah. Day before the 7th. This is where this chart right here shows you that 1 month out actually pays more, pays the most. So actually going out 30 days may pay the best on Celsius. Be 25 days out, 32 days out. This may be the better place to play right here. Oh, yeah, look at that 37. Be up at 37 with a 42% ROI. So that would actually be the better place to play right now. Because my cost basis at 32 was where I originally got put. So that'd be $5 upside per share, plus the almost $3 I've booked in premium already. Plus I can get another maybe 60 cents in credit to make the agreement to sell at 37. So it'd be $5 upside on the shares, plus almost, a little over $3. That's not a bad sandwich, as Jack would say. Right there. Not bad. All right.
Good
Yeah,
old
Pia,
Celsius. I put my dad on Celsius too. He's like,
this one
I
just
have to buy some shares.
this one just pays pretty well. I don't know, like I don't know what it is about Celsius, but it has a fair. I mean, look at that, 2.52 on the beta. It just pays really well,
Yeah.
even
What
though
about
the it's kind of
uh
chopping in here.
did you talk about like any of the Neo clouds yet, like Iron or you interested
Yeah,
in any of those?
we mentioned I did check in where I am. I'm not adding anything to it. Last week we did IRN was my pick last week to get into. Come down here and look at my position. There's the symbol. I did the July 24. That's this week. 28 puts. It's up like $6 today. I got paid 41 cents last week, down to 14 cents. So $27 profit so far. 16% of the or 65% of the P&L open. Am I going to add to it this week? No. I'm just going to let this one at a time here for me right now, especially in this account. I'm not trying to jump up with big chunks of money. So that's all the exposure I want to IREN right now. Looks like it might be you know, check back on Friday. We'll look at it, see if I'm going to roll it or going to keep it going. I'm
Right.
not going to make the decision on it today. It's still too early. $14 left. Not giving up $14 today. So, alrighty. You know,
Uh
I do get a little
oh,
cheese off of that PXO link that you threw in there. So, just full disclosure, everybody. If you use it, you get to save some money. I get a referral credit, and you get a lifetime license out of it. So,
yep. Not affiliated with the company, but Jeffrey, that's his
it's
thing.
a super handy dandy tool that I've arranged that everybody can get a piece of.
Yes. Now, somebody was asking about SpaceX. Did we talk about SpaceX yet?
I have not, but it's doing the thing that I said it was going to do.
Yeah, this is, I mean, anybody who's traded SpaceX, I mean, we kind of expected this,
I
you
hope you
know.
expected. Hope you
I mean,
expected this.
if not, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was kind of talked about like we were, for a long time on Market Masters that these IPOs, they never tend to perform well in that first year. Major
Yeah,
IPOs like tech, which
95%. Like this is how bad it is. 95% of IPOs will cut their IPO price the IPO price in half. So 50% of the IPO price in the first 18 months. 95%. Now, there's a chance 5% that won't do that. But this thing is already down 50% from the high, the post IPO high. And it doesn't have all that crazy far to go to be 50% down in here. You know, the opening day price was 150. That would be 75 to cut that in half. And the IPO price was 135. So 67.50 would cut that in half. And that's why this target's right down here. Now, 18 months, what does that look like? It looks like that chunk right there. And why is this blue right here? This blue is where Elon's shares become available for him to excuse me, take action on. So he could sell some if he wanted to. He could buy them in the open market now, but his shares that he was, that he was awarded through the company become available to trade here. That's important as this gets added to indexes. Right now, most index funds hold a percentage of this based on the float of a company, not necessarily the market cap. Like how much float's available plus the market cap. So right now, a very small 4.9% of all the shares are on the open market, float wise. Over here, basically 100% will be available. And this unlocks in tranches all the way across here, starting on August 15th. The first chunk of shares becomes available. Now, if people sell those shares that they've had locked up, unavailable to liquidate for a long time, that will create down pressure. And we can see that down pressure kick in. And then when Elon's shares unlock, which is a big chunk of shares, that creates this buying pressure from funds that are float adjusted holdings. Elon says he's not selling. Of course, why would you sell if you believe it's a $100 trillion company? But that buying that's forced in there could create this to make a bottom sometime before Elon's shares become unlocked. But that still leaves downside. And I'm probably going to be looking at selling puts on this as we dip through 100. Am I selling right now? No, I'm probably going to wait till we're closer down here to 100.
That's the general consensus I've been hearing online from lots of like 100, 80, 70. Some people are saying $60 a share, which I
I mean,
mean,
then
hey,
I think it's going to dip down in that, $60, $70 area. Now, it may
I do
front run
too.
that because so many people expect it. It may come up shy. It may only dip to like 75 or so. But
Right,
when we get to that 100 area, that's where I'm going to try to sell my puts down in here
right.
and pick up shares if I can. It may just pay me good money because the beta on this thing, we've only got like a month of trading. But the beta, look at this, 5.6. So the options are priced. Like this is the highest beta I've ever seen on anything this big.
That's crazy. So it moves 6 times what the S&P does,
Yeah.
almost. That's wild.
And it pays like something that moves 6 times the S&P. And
Mm-hmm.
you look at where the options are, they're going to be right around that 1 month out where to cover that earnings that's coming up right here.
When
Yeah,
is
they
that?
officially set it for August 6th.
Okay. So that's what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, rough.
Three?
Well, it'd be 2 weeks and change because it's right here.
Oh, it's on a Thursday. So yep, about 2.5 weeks.
1, 2, in a couple days.
It'd be a big day to watch right there because they're still. I mean, what's the market cap SpaceX? It's still like close to
Still
a
ridiculous.
trillion.
It's still ridiculous.
Yeah,
1.6
1.6
trillion
trillion. Yeah, so that's huge. And we got Google giving earnings on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yep. And
It's
we got
kind
our
of pumping
favorite.
today.
We got our favorite Tesla coming up here on Wednesday.
Yep. Back in the earnings season, man. We're getting ready to get into the heart of it. Banks kicked it off last week.
So exciting times. Exciting times. Now, doing credit trades is not the only thing I do. I do some other trades. Short term, swing trading is kind of my bread and butter. If you can't tell, I'm sitting here going after trades for a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And I've created an algorithm called the Apollo algorithm that runs on a 30-minute chart and hunts for these short-term opportunities. Tesla not been producing the best ones lately. Um, Something like Apple also hasn't produced very much lately. But that's the beauty of this thing. Like, you don't have to sit here and try to stalk these opportunities. I have an algorithm that searches through about 200 different stock charts every 30-minute candle and looks for the opportunity. And if you want to know more about this system and how it works and why it works and, all the things about it, Blake, I think we have a stream you're going to play for everybody here.
I do. And I will play that right now. All right. Here we go, folks. Thank you, Jeffrey.
And get this 2,434 trade signals with an average hold time of 3 days on the underlying stock. And what you'll see today is an internal audit that took these real issued trade alerts and applied them a set of options criteria to them, meaning each option gain is hypothetical and uses the benefit of hindsight. We cannot guarantee any specific future results as there's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. So see our terms on the homepage for more information. Now, let's be real. In trading, there will be losses. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. And the whole purpose of Jeffrey's research and work with traders is to help give you an edge in the markets. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. While everybody else has their eyes on the war, inflation, or the Fed's next move, today's special guest has been working behind the scenes on a brand new trading breakthrough. I'm talking about an automated breakthrough that gives us the exact historical win rate, profit factor, target and stop loss before you place a trade. Plus, get it here, the exact options to take too. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's the big main upgrade, but I have a surprise at the very end. I did something above and beyond, Jack. So I've even upgraded it further than this.
Killing me, Smalls. Now, we call this breakthrough development, we call it the Apollo Algo, and that's what it is. Now, in just a minute, we're going to reveal everything behind Apollo and all the new features, including the brand new ones. Plus, we're going to reveal the number one stock that Apollo flagged to break out today. It's all for free. And you're going to want to stick around because there's more. In fact, we have a major surprise coming for you guys here in the next few minutes. But before we get there, let me show you how this thing works. Pretty crazy. You see, Apollo is a next generation smart algo that automatically sends you daily alerts on autopilot. That means while you're out doing the things you love, away from the computer, away from the screen, whenever you feel the buzz in your pocket from your phone, you know you have a high conviction trade. It's just been dialed up for you, just like recently. You could have been eating lunch at your favorite restaurant, felt the buzz in your pocket from the phone, pushed a few buttons on the phone to set the trade, and boom, 29% gain on ticker XHB. Same day. Tuesday, while you're out with a nice family walk, you feel the buzz on the phone, you set the trade. 57% gain on TDOC. Same day. Wednesday, while catching a quick water break from the pickleball game, you feel the buzz. Set the trade, 47% gain again in the same day. Now, Thursday, you got another buzz on the phone while you're walking your dog. 56% gain on gold. Again, happened in the same day. Amazing stuff. Friday, We're not done. Clocked out before the weekend with the biggest winner of the week. 91% gain on the same day. Now, had somebody started with a small $1,000 starter investment into each, after only 5 quick trades, maybe 15 total minutes of your time, that would have been an extra $2,810 in trading profits just for the week. Now, to set the stage, Apollo isn't like your old-fashioned trading platform or indicator. Unlike typical trading tools, which require you to do all the legwork, manually searching for trades all day, this is different. This smart algo requires zero work or oversight on your part. Each automatic alert includes everything you need to trade on the go. Stock ticker, entry price, profit target, stop loss, win rate, profit factor, and even a chart. Everything you need. And thanks to the most recent developments that are going to be released this week, the exact options you want to take too. How about that? Unbelievable. That means instead of sitting at your desk wasting hours hunting for profitable trading setups, you can have a shot at making money while you're out doing the things you love to do. Apollo Algo is the first of its kind, and it's unlocking a whole new way to trade the stock market, like what would have happened with Cameco just recently. At the time, the stock was dead in the water, and for most folks, that's a clear red flag. But thanks to Apollo running 24/7 around the clock, you could have hit the gym for a morning workout, felt the buzz, and read that Cameco was on the verge of breaking out within the next few days with an 89% confidence rating. That's incredible. That means out of the last 47 times Apollo flagged CCJ for a breakout, 42 were winners. And now, thanks to the most recent upgrades and breakthroughs, it now automatically gives you the best matching options to if you want to follow along. And anybody could have set the trade with a few clicks, maybe invested 2,000, and then back to their normal day. And sure enough, hit that profit target. An extra 1,080 would have been automatically deposited into the brokerage account after just 3 days. Now, a quick $1,000 from one trade is great, but that's not even close to the best part. You see, unlike a lot of strategies out there, with Apollo, we don't need to wait days or weeks for it to send you the next entry signal either. You see, this smart algo literally generates a waterfall of trade opportunities every single day the market's open. Over the last year and a half of live trade alerts, Apollo has averaged a whopping 2.4 wins per day, and that's on real trade alerts, no back test. I just look at a handful of top alerts with the selected options on KR, 76% gain. Wow, look at this one, 3,640. Don't you love profits that are so big they got a comma in them? Here's Piton, 4,180. Then we got another one. Look at this one, $4,800. That's 140% gain. That's a big trade right there. Now, of course, it should go without saying that markets don't come with guarantees. There's no magical button for instant wealth. This is work. If you're looking to get rich overnight, then please do yourself a favor and log out. But if you're looking for an undeniable edge, a new way to trade the markets unlike anything I've ever seen before, then look no further. Because with Apollo, you'll always have a constant stream of alerts firing off in your back pocket on stocks that are on the verge of breaking out. No more headaches staring at confusing chart patterns. No more forcing low probability trades. Apollo does all the heavy lifting for you automatically. So if you want to be one of the first in the world to have a behind the scenes look at this incredible trading algo, then stay tuned. Because at the end of the broadcast, we're going to reveal the number one stock Apollo flagged to break out today. Brand new trade. Plus reveal the major surprise coming for you guys here in the next few minutes. So if that's you and you want in, let's open up the chat for everybody. Go ahead and post in the chat. Just type in the word Apollo.
It's going already. Seriously, do it right now. Let us know.
Oh, yes. Good. Now let's go through this thing. Okay, let's do it here. There you go. Now, like I mentioned a moment ago, my name is Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. You may know me as the Income Ace. With a strategy so successful, I achieved a 95.9% win rate on over 200 live signals, including the crash of 2022. Now, given my track record, I normally avoid all other financial recommendations, but after hearing about this new smart algorithm and how unique it is, and a brand new way to help predict breakouts before they happen with a precise confidence rating and a time frame, that's new. I had to check this out for myself. See, the computer whiz, the professor, and the doctor, all the same person behind this groundbreaking innovation, is none other than trading mastermind Jeffrey Turnmeyer. This is the guy you want on your side. After 27 years in the markets and generating over $1 million in verified trading profits over the years, today's special guest is pulling back the curtain on his most cutting edge invention yet. Take it away, Jeffrey.
All right, man. Thanks, Jack, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here, spending a Saturday with us. You know, I've been working hard on this in the behind the scenes, and I haven't even rolled it out yet, even in a beta. And you guys are going to get the first crack at it right here. So thanks for being here with us. Now, in a moment, I'm going to reveal how Apollo has averaged 2.4 wins per day for over a year now. And I'm going to reveal the number one ticker that it picked out right at yesterday afternoon before the market closed. And I'm going to give that to you for free right here. Plus, I've got multiple major surprises coming at you guys. One of them, the copywriter and all the team didn't even know about. I didn't even come up with it until just a few minutes ago before we went live here. So I made another upgrade to this thing. I'll tell you about it right at the end of the presentation here. But first, it's important to remember that there's no get-rich-quick scheme. This doesn't solve all your financial problems, all right? When you put money at risk in trading, you can lose that money. So please, once you get your hands on the tool here today, be smart. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't put everything in the next trade. This is used to grow your account slowly over time, like some of the examples you're going to see here today. See, Apollo is designed to radically change when you enter trades, how you look at the markets, and how you find trades. Most people believe in buying fear, selling greed, and that can be a key to becoming successful as a trader. But I mean, I'm sure you've heard Warren Buffett talk about it. You know, buy when others are fearful, sell when others are greedy, and it's great. Like, it's a great theory. Buy low, sell high, buy when other people are selling, and it's great in theory. Great in theory. But the sad reality is it's practically impossible for the average trader or most, even well-experienced traders to actually follow through on this. I mean, Jack, you and I both have sold on a chart like this, right? I mean, I have for certain. Like,
No question about it.
dear gosh, man, gap down. Looks like we're going into the abyss. I mean, the urge to sell can be overwhelming, and it seems like somebody's watching your platform, because as soon as you do, it does this, right? You know, it seems like you sell right there, and then boom, it reverses, and you're like, well, that was stupid. And then it turns out to be the wrong decision. Then, you know, Jack, I know you love this pattern up and to the right, and you know, sometimes the FOMO can get you, and then it's like somebody watched you buy and it turns right around on you. I've done that too. I know Jack has. We've talked about it on our show together. It's absolutely crushing though when you buy right there and then you watch it just go down, down, down. I mean, it can lead to devastating losses, right? So if you've ever made critical mistakes in your own trading because you felt the fear of missing out, of a giant move higher, or maybe that fear that this thing's going into the abyss and you're just going to lose more money, well, it's not your fault, right? As humans, these emotions are hardwired into our basic instincts. I mean, it's a survival instinct right there. What you need is a way to overcome these human handicaps using a practical, data-driven approach, one that helps give a clear, structured framework for entering and exiting trades. For example, on SoFi, just the other day, stock kind of chopping around, going nowhere for an entire week. Most traders have no idea. Flip a coin, right? Jack, I mean, which way is it going? Up or down?
Impossible to tell from this.
Yeah, impossible, right? But if you knew right there on that candlestick that Apollo had flagged a high probability breakout that might happen in the next couple of days with a 92% historical win rate on this thing, would you buy in?
Of course. That's a huge edge.
And you didn't have to be at the computer to catch this thing either. You could have been out working on your short game or doing any other thing in the world that you love to do. Felt that alert come through in your pocket. You would have gotten the alert with the profit target, the stop loss, all the details you needed to set the trade and forget it. And now, with the most recent upgrade that's going live this week, an option pick, And something else that I'll give you details on if you stick around to the very end, another upgrade and on top of this right here, you could have clicked a few buttons on your cell phone and watched SoFi hit the profit target the very next day. 66% potential gains on that if you had the right option on SoFi.
Jeffrey, that's incredible. 2000 would have turned into 3,332 overnight. And that's on a chart that gave almost no directional bias to the naked eye. But Apollo was able to turn it into a big 24-hour winner. Now, Jeffrey, I need to know more about this. How is Apollo able to predict these breakouts days in advance before most traders could even consider taking a position?
All right, Jack, great question. We're going to get into it right now. And it all comes down to a very simple pattern that drives the ebbs and flows in every stock move. It's the market cycle right here. It's what it boils down to. It's an age-old theory explaining how and why stocks behave the way they do. And as you can see, stocks move a little bit different. They have a different pattern depending on which stage they're in out of these 4 stages. First, you have the accumulation phase. When smart money's loading up on shares, it seems like it's a tight range of chop, fails to break out, fails to break down, just chop, 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 right? That's when you want to buy in the accumulation phase, right before the breakout phase. And that's where almost all the big gains are made and realized in this breakout phase. And then you have a distribution phase after it's moved up. And it seems a lot like the accumulation phase, except it happens after a big move up and it happens right before a distribution phase or a markdown phase. Markdown phase where prices go back down. And then we rinse and repeat. And we start stage 5, which is stage 1, all over again with an accumulation. Now, a lot of people think these things happen over longer time frames, like years. But what a lot of people don't realize is these cycles play out on shorter time frames all day long. The key is identifying when the accumulation phase is about to come to an end. That way you can jump in before the breakout phase gets going. And Apollo is designed and programmed to do exactly that. Like with Peabody Energy, BTU, just recently, for nearly 2 weeks, this thing was failing to break out, failing to break down, failing to break out, failing to break down, just kind of going nowhere, chopping, right? A lot of traders flip a coin. You would have just been guessing, or maybe you got frustrated and just walked away from this chart. How long is it going to last? But right here, Apollo flagged a breakout phase that might happen in the next 3 days with a 78% confidence rating. You could have purchased. Now, the exact option that Apollo picks out, set up the trade for the profit target, and cashed out as BTU soared to new highs. 82% gain on that one, right there on BTU. Watch it happen again. This time on Newmont Mining, the world's largest gold mining company. At the time, CNBC was telling us that Newmont was overbought, probably the most overbought stock in all of Wall Street. And ultimately, I guess they were right, but we were stuck in an accumulation phase for almost 2 weeks straight. But right here, Apollo flagged a breakout phase to happen in the next 2 days with a 76% confidence rating. You could have felt that alert come through in your pocket, bought a candlestick right there when you got the alert, and set up the trade to automatically close out at a profit target. Cashed out just a couple short days later. 87% gain on NEM right here.
Jeffrey, that's about 8 years of typical stock market buy and hold gains in just 2 days. And it's not like anybody would have needed to stare at the charts all day long to catch this when it would have hit your line directly with a quick buzz in the pocket on your phone. Now, Jeffrey, you've created some truly powerful systems in the past. I'm always amazed at your work, and like your undefeated income strategy that's locked in 87 winning trades without a single loser, or your crypto service that went an entire year without losing while maintaining a whopping 215% average return per trade. But look, Apollo is your crown jewel.
Man, it's that pattern that I love right there.
It is. And you get excited about it, and I know that's how good this thing is. So before you reveal the number one stock that Apollo flagged to break out today, plus get to the special announcements, I should say that plural, that we have on deck for everybody today, I need to know more about this, man. How exactly does it calculate when the accumulations come to an end? Because I can't see it in a chart.
Well, let me start off by saying that this gets a little nerdy and you don't really have to understand everything. But this is exactly what I talk about every single day on our Market Master show. And over the years, I found a unique setup that helps me predict price moves before they happen. And Jack, you've seen it in person. I do this over and over and over right here. It's all based on some Elliott wave theory, some Fibonacci analysis, bounces off my signature roadmap line. I mean, all the stuff. If you've listened to me, you hear me talk about this stuff every single day. We talk about it on Market Masters every day. You know, and it's this exact setup that is the core of how Apollo finds stocks before the breakout phase begins. Now let's break down a chart on Zoom that just recently happened. At the time, Zoom just kind of chopping along, failing to break out, failing to break down, same story as always. And again, not a chart that most traders would consider doing anything with, except maybe selling some puts below the support, right? Now, thanks to Apollo running automatic Fibonacci analysis in real time, never sleeping, never forgetting, always doing it, we knew there was an entry that showed up right there, set for a breakout phase with an 81% historical confidence rating. With odds like that, anybody could have bought in this candlestick right here. Set up the profit target, set up the stop loss, just given to you in the alert. Then go play with the grandkids. And Jack, I know you love to do that stuff right there.
Favorite thing in the world.
And then watches the trade potentially closes automatically without you barely having to lift a finger at all. And if you traded the options on this, you could be looking at a 65% gain on Zoom right there. $2,500 at risk turned into over $4,000. Watch it happen again on Kroger right here. Another breakout. Kroger again, failing to break out, failing to break down. Same story. Most traders would have considered it kind of a dead chart after a couple days, right? But thanks to Apollo running automatic Fibonacci analysis in real time, we knew the alert and the breakout phase was set right here. With an 80% historical win rate, it would have only taken a few minutes to enter the trade, set up the stop loss, set up the profit target, back to your day, cruise around town or work in the garden, you name it, whatever it is you love to do. And as expected, Kroger hit the profit target, another huge winner right there. 76% on the right options on Kroger.
Jeffrey, 2,500 in that one would have paid an extra 1,900 in cold hard cash, enough to pay the average mortgage for the month, all from a single automated trade alert. I have to admit, in all my years of trading, I've never seen anything as hands-free as Apollo. Not only does this smart algo help eliminate your emotions from the equation, but it literally spoon feeds you everything you need to target a successful trade. And I mean, really, folks, look at this last alert on Kroger. How much better does it get than this? Gives you everything. You get the confidence rating. That's not on anything else I've seen. The profit factor, awesome. The average trade duration, the entry trigger, so you know the price to buy in, and your profit target, so you can set it and forget it, plus the stop loss, so you can manage your risk. And of course, you even get the individual chart. And now with the latest upgrades this week, you get the best matching options too. Oh, this is amazing. Jeffrey, I'm not sure what more anybody could ask for. Apollo is the full package and it's fully automated. Heck, you don't even need to pull up charts anymore, do you?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it kind of gives you the chart you need so you can just look at it at a glance and see if everything looks good. If it does, you just follow right along. I'm giving you the automatic picks for a call option. Now, I have an extra special announcement at the end. I'm doing something above and beyond, not just long calls. We're talking about some other trades added on. Stick around if you want more details. And so far, the winners have been hitting pretty much every day with a 73% historic win rate in 2,435 or 34 trade signals that have been out there. It's crazy.
Jeffrey, that's no different than winning almost 7 out of every 10 trades.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Apollo puts the odds in our favor so that no other trading service, no other trading platform, no other indicator, no brokerage, heck, no guru even comes close to any of this stuff right here. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you trade. It doesn't matter how much experience you have at trading. As long as you have a cell phone, as long as you can get these alerts, maybe a tablet, a computer, you name it, you can get these alerts and take action when they fire off. The rest kind of takes care of itself. And remember, Apollo picks up on these breakout opportunities every single day. Like right after the alert that we just showed you on Kroger right here. I mean, 76%. Another one happened on Best Buy right here, same day. You could have been out hanging out by the pool if that's what you love to do. Read that Best Buy was on the verge of breaking out right here. Simply set up the trade with the profit target, the stop loss, and Boom, gap and go. 54% potential gain on the right options for Best Buy.
Jeffrey, anybody who invested 2000 in each of those last two trades, which occurred back to back, well, they would have walked away with 4,603 cash in less than 24 hours in the market. And Jeffrey, it's not like two wins on the same day is something that rarely happens either. I mean, that's amazing, but you're doing it. Since you released Apollo to the public last year, check this out. Apollo has been averaging 2.4 wins per day.
That's right, Jack. Sometimes we get way more wins than just 2 a day. I mean, let's check this out right here. This happened. This is a special week. Happened a few weeks back. One of the best kind of days we've seen so far. I mean, you could have been out having brunch with friends, felt that alert on Southwest Energy coming through, and read that it's on the verge of breakout with a 90% historical win rate right there. That means out of the last 40 times that we've seen this pattern show up in Southwest Energy, 36 of those went on to be winners. And all you had to do was grab the trade right there. You had the profit target, the stop loss, and forget it as it went soared with the right options, 150% gains. But we didn't stop there because Apollo closed 8 more winners on that same day. 23% on MOS, 42% on GOLD, 34% on Capital One, 62% on one of Jack's favorite strategy right here, 23% on Applied Materials, 15% on Workhorse, 31% on Nucor, and 41% on another one of Jack's favorites, Meta. I probably wouldn't have touched it, but it's still locked in gains right there.
Now take a breather, Jeffrey. I'm pretty much out of breath too. If I counted correctly, that's 9 wins from just one day of trading. Is that right? I don't know if I've ever seen anybody close 9 wins in a single day, but Apollo was able to do it all on autopilot. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not the only one loving this action. I mean, some of my top traders have been crushing it. Like Laura here caught all 9 of those winners on that day. So it's not like we just made this up right there. And then Sledge, my man's been 92% spot profitable on these babies right here. David A, 17 wins, 1 loss, 4 cooking. I mean, it's great having automatic nice profits. Jason here, $4,000 a month. Edward here, winning 86% of the time. Donald here, crushing it 88% of the time on over 80 trades. Stanley here, grabbing 28 trades, winning 88% of the time. Carlos here, 90% win rate, $5,100 profit. I mean, and as great as closing out 9 out of 9 is, it gets even better because the very next day, you could have potentially done it all over again. Another day of waterfall of wins with Apollo, 95% on Baba, 59% on Google, 29% on Canopy Growth, 36% on C, 32% on Rio Tinto, 55% on EQT, and of course, this was a special 2-day period. Not every 2-day period is going to be this good. Losses happen. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. We're hyping it up here. We're showing some of the best stuff, but there are losses that do occur. And Apollo absolutely crushed it over this 2-day win streak that we are showing off right here. It was an amazing period of time, and I wanted to show it off.
Well, that truly is remarkable, Jeffrey. Now, let's say, for example, somebody just put 2,000 in each of those trades that closed out over that 48-hour period. That would have paid a total of 14,540 in cash money. And their money would have been not exposed to the stock market for hardly any time at all. I love that part.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. I mean, that's without any compounding too on that 14,000. That's crazy. I mean, it costs a whopping 11 grand now to live the same way you lived just a few years ago. So an extra 14 grand probably help out a lot of people out there right now. I mean, maybe covering a car payment or two. That's a pretty lofty car payment. You know, maybe paying down some credit card debt. But the smart thing to do, just beef up that rainy day savings because you never know when things are not going to go your way. Of course, like any investment, there's risk of loss. You know, that could have been 2 days of losing also. But that's why I worked extra hard to optimize the calculations behind Apollo. And after unleashing this smart algorithm into the market for the last 2 years, I'm proud to say Apollo has already booked 1,756 live winning trade alerts right there. That's about 2.4 wins per day, everybody. So listen, if you had a tool that automatically gives you a historic win rate, a profit factor, a target, a stop loss, picked out options for you before you place the trade, then automatically give you maybe another options trade on top of the one that we just showed off, what would that do for your trading? Make you more confident? What do you think, Jack?
I think it'd make me a lot more confident and allow me to stick to a plan and make my life easier and maybe
Yeah,
unlock my full trading potential.
that
This is,
sounds pretty good.
yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what I've upgraded Apollo to try to aim and accomplish right here. Today, you have the chance to be the next person to tap into these unique Apollo alerts with a few clicks of a button. No more chasing the next fad setup, indicator, whiz bang thing. No more guessing when to enter and exit. No more trading setups that have low historic probabilities of success. You can check every single one that you get. And most importantly, no more trading blind. So if you would like access to the all new Apollo algorithm, catching every entry, exit, options pick, and more, then I invite you to grab one of these limited edition pre-release memberships right here. We're releasing this before I release the new code to the world. This is an Apollo algorithm pre-release special offer right here today. Apollo is the only smart algo that I know of that uses advanced Fibonacci analysis to spot breakouts before they even happen, automatically generating alerts with everything you need to trade on the go. Entry price, profit target, stop loss, win rate, profit factor, even the chart, all set up in the alert. You don't even have to go dig up anything anywhere else. Plus, we're going to give you the best matching options and another bonus that I'll tell you about if you stick around to the very end because it's so new, it didn't even make it into this presentation. Now, before I reveal the number one stock Apollo flagged for breakout that you could enter Monday if you wanted to, plus the special announcement. And we've got tons of special stuff happening here today. There's another special announcement I can't wait to share with you on top of everything I've already teased right here. So here's how it's going to work. Every day, Apollo scans through hundreds of the biggest, most liquid stock tickers out there. When it flags a stock that it sees on the verge of a breakout, you're going to immediately get that alert sent right to your phone, your computer, your tablet, however you like to get trade alerts with everything, every automatic alert, including the historic win rate, the profit factor, the average duration that the trade usually lasts on this ticker, the entry price, the profit target, the stop loss, an individual chart, everything you need to target the next great win, like 76% on Kroger. I've set this up to be as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, get the alert. 2, decide if you like it. Are the numbers even something you like? 3, take the trade and wait for the results. You can opt in to receive these alerts. Telegram or Discord, you pick your preferred method right there. Now, all the instructions for getting those alerts set up is in the Apollo members portal. We also have a masterclass waiting for you already. You know, the upgrades I'm making here don't change the core, but they do make it easier to take the trades. You can expect like 3 to 5 of these per day. We've had as many as, I think the record is 41 trades in a day kick off. All of these automatically generated from this smart algorithm right here. And with the best options picks right here and another bonus, another option pick, another way to trade, I'm going to show you at the very end of the presentation. Just wait. Just like recently, you could have been enjoying your morning cup of Joe or your morning monster like me, read that Carvana was on the verge of a breakout, placed a quick trade, locked in 51% gains. Then a few hours later, we saw another alert come through on Google, 79% gains. Another one came through on Rocket Companies, 140% gains. And if you still wanted some more action after going 3 for 3 on the day, Phase Energy, right there, 101% gains. Now, you're probably wondering, what's this thing going to cost? And this is where Jack's jaw about fell off yesterday when we went through this.
I still think you got to get this verified. We went through it, but did you ask anybody?
Now, considering you can't get Apollo Algo anywhere else in the world, we could easily value this entire package at $4,000 a year. And I've had people pay that. It's worth every penny, in my opinion, right there. But here's the deal. I want to celebrate this release and upgrade of this all-new version of Apollo and do something crazier than Jack's grandkids right here. Crazier than his crazy granddaughter. You see, this program should be rightfully offered as an annual membership, given that there's ongoing costs to me to maintain the live data feeds and upgrade stuff. And, now I got 2 open claw bots to feed in the background. But between the development costs, the ongoing maintenance, I mean, it actually cost me a pretty good chunk of money just to keep it all going every year. But instead of charging you thousands of dollars every year for this explosive trading tool, if you join today, I'm going to have a very special deal in store. Once you become a member and get access to Apollo, it's yours to keep forever. I'm going to upgrade everybody that jumps in today with VIP access right here. No subscription fees, no annual renewals, no recurring charges. Everybody's going to be automatically upgraded to the VIP membership if you jump in today, which simply means now you could go get a lifetime worth of opportunities from Apollo without ever worrying about another ongoing cost. Look, Jack didn't want me to do this. The publisher didn't want me to do this, but I convinced everybody this is a good deal. Let's get some people in. Let's have some fun. What do you say, Jack? Let's have some fun.
I think we should, but this is crazy what you set up.
This is not all, though. This is not all. Because my staff and I aren't actually writing any of these alerts. I don't actually have to hit Deanna. I don't actually have to hit anybody in the background to send these alerts. The algorithm does it all. All these custom alerts. I can dramatically cut down the price on Apollo. Just enough to cover the ongoing maintenance costs and the data feeds and give you a great deal to get in. So instead of paying $4,000 for a year, we're going to slash $2,000 off that price. But that's not all. I'm going to do it again. Let's slash another half off from there for early bird buyers that take action today. So we're talking about VIP access to everything we're talking about on a re-release special here for $9.95 for a lifetime access.
What I can't believe.
Plus all the future updates. Now, this special deal is not going to last. All right? So if you want to take these trades, if you want to get on these and put it to work for you, today is the day to do it. Because this new list upgrade, adding in the best option picks, plus another bonus I'm going to share at the very end, well, the price is going up, not down. After we fill these 99 spots right here.
98.
98, Jack already bought one. After we fill these 98 spots, we're cranking up the price, and it's probably going to be higher than it originally was right here. So there's 99 slots available at a special deal for the re-release right here. And it wouldn't be shocked if we sell this thing out in 24 hours. So if you're ready to grab a lifetime access to the all-new Apollo algorithm right here, the all-new upgrades, and you want to do it for the lowest price that we're ever going to do this again, hit the link in the chat right now. Man, Blake's dropping it in there. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. Call the team 904-706-3539. If you got like credit on your account or you got multiple payment plan, you got split cards, need to put need to put 500 here and 495 over here, whatever it might be. Only $9.95 for lifetime access today. There are 99 of these spots available. After that, price is going up. Click that link in the chat, JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. And Jack was like, "What are you doing, man? Why are you offering this for so cheap?"
Well, I was ready to pay the $4,000 or $5,000. I didn't make it through the full presentation. I know what this thing is worth. I mean,
we sit here and trade the results of this thing all the time.
I know what it's worth. Just being honest, the people can make $5,000 on one trade. People have made over 4,000 on one trade. Not saying you will. I'm just saying that nothing is going to give you the opportunity to have a profit so big it has a comma in it like this thing. But this 99, you don't want to be the 100th person. This is just unbelievable. I'm sure the price will go back up to $4,000 or $5,000 because that's really what it's worth. But $9.95 for life, man, I don't know.
It's a special release just for me, making some upgrades. Give a few people a special opportunity. First come, first serve, right here. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. $9.95 for lifetime access. Special sweetheart deal right here. Now, I got something else. Jack. On top of everything we've talked about.
I'm already sent out, so go ahead. Hit me up.
Now, the Apollo algorithm at $9.95, that's a heck of a deal, right? Heck of a deal. What if I make this even sweeter? When you grab one of those 99 spots, you're going to get access to my personal Apollo trade room. Now, I don't take a lot of these trades necessarily. I'm kind of a retired trader. I come out of the woodwork for the best of these setups. And here's how this Apollo trade room works. When I see something fire off that just really, I've been watching in the background and I really want a piece of the action. It's got a huge win rate, a nice risk reward, all the things I look for. You're going to be the first one to know I'm placing a real money trade. That
Hold
means you
on.
can.
They got to pay an upgrade for that?
No, this is included on the VIP for free
Wow. This
right
is
here.
better, man. So I get to see the trades you're taking. That means I don't even have to think. I don't,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I don't
This
have
is
to
a,
pick any trade. I can do what you do.
as long
No,
as you buy the VIP upgrade, the VIP membership. This is the only thing we're offering today is the VIP for $9.95. As long as you get that, this is only open for Apollo members who historically have bought the VIP upgrade right here. Look at some of the trade alerts that I put out in this room, like 45% on UBS, 47% on AA, 86% gain on Oracle, 90% gain on TQQQ, 150% gain on OKTA. You know, my opinion, these trades up the value 10 times or more. I mean, we should probably charge $2,000 just for the trade alerts on an annual basis.
I thought an upgrade would be that they get your room for another 2 or 3 grand. I can't believe you're giving away lifetime for free, your trading room for free, the options picker for free. That's new.
Yeah, and then I even have something extra special I'm going to share at the end that you don't even know about. It didn't even exist yesterday when we did the walkthrough. Something even new I built this morning. Because you're here today, you don't pay $19.95 for trade alerts. You get those included for free in the $9.95. Consider it my way of saying thank you for joining this re-release of Apollo. And you won't need to pay anything extra next year or any time after that because you're automatically upgraded to lifetime access if you jump in today. That means you get lifetime access to the Apollo smart algorithm, all the alerts, all the upgrades, lifetime access to my personal trades that I do with the Apollo algorithm, plus any other future upgrades. I mean, I already decided to make another upgrade today. You get all the future upgrades, all for just $9.95 right here today. But remember, this is a last call. This is a first call and a last call, all in one, right here. We're gonna shut this down after 99 spots. I have no idea if it's ever gonna release for this cheap again. In fact, if Jack has anything to do with it in the background, he's gonna ensure I don't release it for this kind of price ever again. So save yourself $500 today, at least. Don't pay more than you have to. $9.95 for lifetime access right here. 98 slots available because Jack took one. And if you're one of the new members who joins right here in this room, I'm going to give you a trade logger that automatically logs the trade. I'll give you access to that right in your members area, worth probably $1,000. This thing jumps in, logs the trades automatically. You can see all the open trades, all the closed trades, all the winners, all the losers, right there for free. It's kind of a special cheat sheet of where available nowhere else. I don't even know anybody else that has something as automatic and cool as this. You know, Jack and I talk about somebody else's software all the time on our show, and it doesn't even do it automatically. So this thing is in the members area right there. That's
the trade tracker.
yeah, that's the trade tracker automatically does it right in the members area. And if you want to claim the special bonus, you got to sign up right here today. There are over 2,434 trades in that trade tracker already. Lifetime access, $9.95 right here.
Well, Jeffrey, I know you've worked hard on these latest upgrades. You're passionate about that and you use it too. But let's hear from some of the current Apollo members and what they have to say so far. Jason's bringing in $4,000 a month using Apollo. Patrick is at a 92% profitable win rate. Peter B had 7 of 8 trades in the green. That's awesome. Andrew had his best profit day ever. That's what we hope more people get. And I got to tell you, every single one of you here in this webinar, you have the same talent and ability as Andrew and everybody you see here today. You just need to take action. Like Ed, all I can say is Apollo rocks. Started 3 months ago. Example of my account speaks volumes. It already paid for itself. David A., I'm waking up to see these trades closed automatically for a nice profit. 17 wins, 1 loss, and 4 cooking. Stephen S. paid for it in just a few trades. How many people have had 17 wins in a row? Wow. James M. also paid for Apollo membership in the first week. A lot of people are doing that. Donald S. win rate 88.6. Look at this, 80 closed trades. That's a guy that sticks with the system. And look at those results from sticking with the system. Laura P. closed 26 trades, 22 winners. Amazingly, a lot of these alerts are on low price tickers. So there you go. not a lot to do it. Now look at Edward W. This is an action taker. $60,000 on Apollo trades. Man, that's
700. He took 700 of these
you
right
believe that?
there.
That is, you know, that's the opportunity. You don't have to take 700 trades, people, but if you're somebody that likes it, you're going to be constantly spoon-fed with the highest conviction trades every day. And keep in mind, all those stories came from before the latest upgrades Jeffrey did to Apollo, and he's still going to do more. Now, before Apollo picks the best matching options for you automatically.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, these are amazing stories. I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of Ed, proud of Laura, proud of David, proud of Patrick, all the Andrew, all the people that we just showed off right there. Proud of all of them for taking action and getting in on these. So if you're watching right now, join us. Get in on this. Secure your access. This is a pre-release price. This thing is coming out this week. We may even bump the price this week once it comes out, and if it's so popular right here. 99, 98 slots available. Jack said he took, I already see a few people buying. There's less than that. The team's already hitting me here saying these slots are going fast. So $9.95 limited access right here. Lifetime access, limited spots. Oh, excuse me. Whew. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this class, it's this. If you've been struggling to gain consistency from your own trading, it's not because you're a bad trader. You just need a practical, data-driven approach, one that gives you a clear, structured framework for entering and exiting trades. Apollo does this. You wait for the alert. This one on Palantir. Read that it's set up for a breakout right there in the next 3 days. You knew it had a 79% historical win rate on this pattern. You simply set up the trade right here. Profit target, stop loss, back to your day, back to doing whatever it is you love to do, and watch it take off like a rocket ship. With the selected options, potentially 68% gain on Palantir. Another one on Trade Desk right here, same day. 42% gains right there on the selected options. Another one on ISRG, maker of the Da Vinci robot. Boom, 64% gain on ISRG. $2,500 into each of those trades. Could have been over $6,000 profit, which would have more than covered the cost for you and a few friends to get this thing, and you still had money to take everybody out to lunch just from a few trades. Grab your lifetime membership, only $9.95. I'm probably going to take this insane deal off the table. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Lock it in. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. If you got questions, call the team. 904-706-3539. Phone number's right in the chat.
Jeffrey, this offer is a true no-brainer. Now, before we open up the chat and break away for some live trading and look at this stuff, really quick, I want to ask you a few questions that I see people are asking. Like, can members begin receiving these automatic alerts as soon as today?
Well, since it's Saturday, and we did this on Saturday because there's no market open, we're not going to get alerts today. But come Monday morning, I think Apollo's going to be generating alerts, and you can get those via Telegram or Discord right away. Both programs completely free. Both run on a web browser, easy to sign up, easy to set up. Instructions are in the members area after you join.
Now, how many alerts can we expect per day?
Now, I've back tested tens of thousands of these trades, and the final data shows we typically get an average of 3 to 5 a day. Some days, the biggest day we've ever had, we had 41 trades kick off in a single day.
Wow.
The lowest day had none. When the market was absolutely boring and dead, nothing fired off.
Well, that's probably good because it keeps you out of the ruts.
Yeah, and all of them, all the ones that have fired off, even the back test, even the live trades, everything right around a 74% win rate. Right on par with the live results with 73% right there.
Now, is this for beginners?
I think so, especially with the latest upgrades, because I'm picking out the options trade, and I'm even picking out a spread trade. That's the big upgrade I didn't tell anybody. I'm going to add a spread trade, a debit spread trade that you can take advantage of. If you don't like call options and they're too expensive, I'm going to give you a debit spread trade option that you can play too. All picked out.
On top of the regular calls that you gave them?
Yeah, so you could play both if you wanted to. You could buy the call and buy the debit spread. No, it's all going to be picked out for you automatically.
I could buy the stock, or I could buy calls. And in addition to that, you're saying that I could do spreads?
Yeah, I'm going to give you
one of the three or all three. It all
You can do everything. Jack, I know you love to take the triple crown, as you call it, yeah, where you get in all sorts of things. I mean, you could do it all if you wanted to. My recommendation is pick the one that fits best with you.
all
But
right.
shares are a way to play for most. For everybody can play shares. If you want to do spreads, you can do it. If you don't have spread permission, you don't have call option permission, you don't have to. The biggest gains come from calls, but the biggest costs come from straight calls. We're gonna have big gains with debit spreads and a lower cost. And it does cap the gains though. And then of course you can always play with shares. In fact, the algorithm trades shares and puts it in the trade log. And it's my goal to help you become a better trader all around.
So that's also great. Everything you've added to this is amazing, but I know people are going to want to know, is there a guarantee?
No, of course. There's I put a ton of my heart and soul into this thing. It's my favorite pattern in the entire market. I'm going to give you 14 days to kick the tires, and if you don't like it after that, you can get your money back. But my goal is to try to get as many trades as possible out there. I mean, it's all automatic, so it's up to the market, but we're going to give out as many awesome trades as we possibly can, all automatically with this algorithm in the next 2 weeks. Plus, if you're just having a hard time, if you're not able to work Telegram, if you're not able to work Discord, if you're not able to get the alerts, you're not able to figure out what the devil it even means, you're just having a hard time, you can go visit my customer support live every single day, prosperitypub.com/help, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. They're there, Cam and Gustavo, live during market days to help you out. If you don't go get help, if you don't go visit them, this is on you. They're there. They know how this works. They know how the algorithm works. They can show it off. They can help you get in the trades. They have access to Discord. They can help you everything you need to know right there. prosperitypub.com/help. Go get that help every day.
Okay, now can you break down an Apollo alert for me one more time? There's a lot of great info on here. Break it down for me.
Absolutely. We get the ticker. That's the first thing we get right up here. Then we get the historic win rate. We get the profit factor on top of that. We get the average duration of the trade. And it gives you kind of like consider some options. Now, in the past, people had a lot of trouble with that. So now I've upgraded it to actually make an option pick in the kind of ideal target range of time frame so you don't run out of time 99% of the time. It is a conservative option pick. If you wanted to be more aggressive, you do you. And it's also going to give you a debit spread right there for a lower cost way. It gives you the target, it gives you the entry trigger. If you want to trade shares, gives you the stop loss, all included, gives you that chart right there. You can see the high of the pattern. You can see the low of the pattern. You can see the close above the 618. You can see the profit target right up there on the chart. Everything you need to trade that breakout without even going to any platform at all and pulling up a chart. It's about the best deal I could possibly do in a trade alert. Plus, I give those new best option pick, like I said, on top of this. Plus, not even written into the slideshow, I'm going to give you a debit spread trade to lower the cost if that's what you want to do.
It's awesome.
Don't miss this pre-release special price. First come, first serve. 90, probably 90, and probably 70 slots left now. The team's like blowing up in the background here. $9.95 lifetime access right here today. We only had 99 spots available. Jack already took one. Lots of people already jumping in.
Now, why not? Why will you not invest in yourself and take action on something that can give you a lifetime of opportunities on a daily basis? Every day the stock market's open, you give me the stock, the confidence rating, the profit target. Whew, this is unbelievable, man. Now you're giving me the options if I want to buy calls. And now on top of that, you're giving me if I want to do a spread, you're giving me the exact strikes, everything I need. You're spoon feeding me the cream of the crop. Man, why would I not take one for $9.95? That's a no-brainer.
This alert fired off right here on Friday, right before the close on Rayathon, right here. There's the high. Here's the low. Nice three-wave ABC. Absolutely beautiful correction into the low. Bounced off the roadmap line on this 30-minute chart right here. Kicked off the entry. 75% likely to go up here. But wait, we look at it. This one's actually a little light. It's actually 68%. 1.2. That's right in pace with tens of thousands of trades right there. I like it. I picked this to give out to everybody. Now, the entry target or entry price was 209. That happened. That was already in, that happened on Friday. The target, 216.59. The stop, 199.10. If you're looking at this, if it opens up Monday, it's above 216.59, the trade's done. If it's below 199.10, the trade's done. Anything in between, you do you. You have to pick if you want to do this trade. If you want to play an options trade, I'd probably go with maybe a, let's say 210, possibly 215 strike option. Playing for that 216.56 target. You set the alert on your own chart. If you don't join, there's a freebie trade for you right there. Where's the option pick? I didn't finish the code until today for this thing. Didn't have an option pick because it wasn't ready for it. Like, those alerts are brand new, starting this week. This is the pre-release for this thing right here with a special price for 99 people, $9.95, lifetime access right here today.
You couldn't make it any better, my friend. I can't wait for the market to open.
There you go. What was the ticker? RTX. Right, it was right on the screen. RTX. Take a screenshot. There you go. 3, 2, 1. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo if you want to join us. 904-706-3539. That's what I got, Jack. Blake, I think you've been fielding questions galore. What we got?
I've been trying to field them off. So the big question is, we've been asking in the chat, is like, so we get these trades on Discord and Telegram, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then you get the options trades, right?
Yeah, those will be posted in Discord and in Telegram.
Okay. And they're full call spreads?
So there's different options. You can trade the shares, as Jack and I just went through in the FAQs. You can trade shares. That's completely acceptable. You have the target, you have the stop, you got everything included, the risk even. You can trade a straight call option. The new upgrade is going to pick a call option, an ideal call option for you to trade. And it's going to be conservative. It's going to go out to the kind of the limit. And when we look at one of these, it says 12 to 20 days on average. This thing's going to pick an option out there around 18 to 30 days. All right. It's going to be on the more conservative time, so we don't run out of time. All right. That'll be one of the things it does. Now, the new thing that I just added was a bull call debit spread. That pick will be included. So you could do shares, you could do a straight call, or you could do a bull call debit spread.
Three options.
If you want to do something else, you do you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We had a bunch of people asking, oh, can I do a like a bull put spread, like a credit spread?
Sure. I give you
do that too.
I give you the chart. I give you the target. I give you all the details, the target, the trigger, the stop loss. Everything is included with every alert right there. There's no like upgrades. There's no like different things. All included, every alert.
Oh, another big question, Jeffrey. Are these bullish only? Are we trading the downside?
It's always bullish because the market, the last 100 years, every year has had a bullish bias. Jack can talk more about that if he wants to, but the market's bullish. And
you don't want to do bearish trades in a bull market. That's where people get killed. And during a bear market, there's always a bull market somewhere. So,
and get this, out of the tickers that this is set up on, there are some tickers that are short the market. So they actually go up when the market goes down. So those opportunities only show up when the market's going down.
Awesome stuff.
That's awesome. I'm just looking. I'm reading through the chat. There's so many questions. You guys have been keeping me super busy, so I appreciate that. And I just answer so many that when I get to the end, I'm like, wait, I already answered that.
Let me take a screenshot. I work with my bots on Discord, and it gave me a mock-up of what an alert's going to look like. Let me see if I can screenshot it here and bring it over.
Yeah, you do that, and then does it also pick up like ETFs and stuff? Like, is the Apollo algo running? Like, is there a set of tickers that it's running on, or is it just the overall market?
I have a set of high probability tickers it runs on that I've already. Okay. I've picked the top 400 by options volume, and then I took out some of the ones that are crappy, and that's what it runs on. So it's roughly 300 tickers or so that it's running on every single day, every single 30-minute candle. It's only looking at this stuff with high options volume because I wanted to trade options. I built a tool for me.
Did you have a master class on this?
I did a while back. There's no real new upgrades, so we didn't have a planned masterclass, but I may do one.
And that's in the members area. So if they want to see what the lines on the chart, purple, green, and all that means, they can go watch the master class.
Or you can go to my YouTube channel and I talk about it's just my market roadmap pattern. It's on a 30-minute time frame. I talk about the market roadmap pattern every single day on YouTube.
And you don't need to take every trade. Just take the ones you want. And if you miss a trade, no big deal, right? You get spoon fed every single day.
So for those that are here, we found a little nugget of gold in the chat. Like I've had people digging through this stuff. We found that when I give you this risk reward right here, the upside move $7 versus a risk of $10. Now, when the upside potential, or I guess when the risk is 7 times bigger than the upside potential, those trades tend to lose. Anything bigger than 7 to 1, 7 risk for 1 reward, those trades tend to be losers. Why? I don't know. It's just the statistics we found. As it gets closer to 1-to-1, which this one's not far off 1-to-1, they tend to be more winners. All right. So there you go. That's a little nugget right there. That's not going to be in the masterclass. It's only been discussed in my Term Market Trading Lab members group. It's a little nugget we found.
Little nugget. There you go. So those lines right there, those are Fibonacci levels, correct?
This line is a 618.
Okay.
And this line up here is a 1.1448, which is 90% of a 1.272. Right there. That's a fib line I made up that ups the win rate by 5%.
That's what I thought. I know you're a big Elliott Wave Fibonacci guy, so I figured that's what those were. Now I know we already went over this in the FAQ. Alerts per day. How many are we getting on average, you think? 3 to 5?
3 to 5 is what the team says is in the win. This is a mock-up the bot that my Eris bot did right here. This is not exactly what it's going to look like, but it's going to give you the ticker. It's going to give you the entry, target, stop, a suggested call option with the price, and then a debit spread, 1 wide, if you want to take it, right there with a net debit, a max profit, and an ROI. It's cheaper, but cap profit right there. That's what an alert will now look like, kind of. It'll look a little different. I'll Discord it up, clean it up just a little bit. If you're in Telegram, it'll probably kind of look like that right there.
Okay. We'd love to see it. And I was actually just checking out the Telegram. I was hoping that there was going to be some new alerts in there, but this is groundbreaking. You just got this done this morning, so I don't know what I was thinking on that.
Yeah. None of these alerts have fired off yet. This is a pre-release special right here. This is before it came out to the public. We were doing this sale right here. It was always intended I would turn this on after we did the sale. So I've just been behind on getting it out and tested. I would have tested it with my Term Market Trading Lab group, but I didn't get it done. It just wasn't working good. So Monday morning, this is coming out. It's the intention. There may be a couple bugs for the first couple weeks until I get it all. I think the bot made pretty impeccable code, but there could be errors. So bear with us. We'll try to get it all worked out.
Awesome. And so this is another good one too. Like these alerts that fire off, do you have any that you're picking out and sending off in particular? Or, you know what I'm trying to ask?
So included is access to my trade room. And if you're in Discord, let me just click over and show. I don't take very many of these. Jack and I discussed this in the background. There is a trade feed where I post the trades that I take. I'm the only one allowed to talk in here. I trade, I post the ones I take right here. And I usually tell you the target I'm going for. And as you can see, like there's just a feed of me taking these trades, and more often than not, they work out in my favor. I'm kind of a retired trader, and I only take the best of those. I don't take very many usually. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but you get that access to that for free as a lifetime member.
That's just a
Nice.
personal preference that you don't take very many of them. Other people have taken hundreds of them and have done great.
Yeah,
So if I were someone brand new to this, I wouldn't say I'm only going to do the ones Jeffrey's going to do. I would do some on my own, see how I'm doing, and I would do some of yours.
I would
But
paper trade a lot
yeah,
and figure out which ones work better for me and which ones don't.
yeah,
Maybe you don't like higher price tickers. That's good. There's a whole smattering of tickers. There's higher price stuff. There's lower price stuff. There's
Mhm.
everything in between. Um, it's a whole swath of high options volume trades. You want to do calls, do calls. If you want to do the spreads, do the spreads. You want to do shares, do the shares. It really doesn't like. There's no. I'm not telling you how to trade. I'm giving you
You're
a tool. I'm giving you a
oh,
yeah,
tool.
you're spoon feeding them the setups,
Yep.
and that's awesome. Is there an indicator associated
No.
with this all? Just dashboard?
Nope. Just
Nope.
alerts.
Just alerts.
Just trade alerts. When the trade's set up, it gives you the chart. There's no like, what's going to be coming up? I don't know. It can stay in that accumulation phase indefinitely till it's set up.
yeah. The
So
spreads are
I
not
don't know what you would have on a dashboard. That's the team keeps
Right.
asking me in the background, like, can you make a dashboard for this? I'm like, what would you put on it?
Right.
alerts. There is no need for a dashboard.
And that's exactly right. I should have rephrased that better. I mean, the dashboard is Discord.
Or
You go to
Telegram?
or Telegram. And we also had another question too, like how can we get these alerts? Can we get them on our cell phone? Absolutely. You can download
Yeah.
Discord on your phone. You can download Telegram. I don't think you're sending these out via email, so you'd have to have Telegram or Discord, one of the two.
Yeah. The team did not want to put these through one click. They said one click wasn't set up to handle automated alerts. So we'll not be in one click right now. Maybe in the future. I'm working with the team to try to like I've been talking to the main publisher guy. He's like, well, I don't understand why we wouldn't do that. And I was like, I don't either. He goes, let me talk to some people and find out. And he said, well, the verdict is they don't want automated alerts. I don't know. Maybe in the future. We'll see. Um, right now, it's just Discord and Telegram.
Yes.
Take
And
your
it's
pick.
highly recommended that you join Discord because when you join today, you're getting lifetime VIP access, which opens you up to join the Discord. And you can join like minded traders, chat with them. A lot of benefits that. And they can even chat with you, potentially,
Yeah.
right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. And call into the customer service and tell them you want the alerts on one click. I mean, the more people that request it, the more likely the team is to add that. Right now, my hands are tied. I can't do it. Like they won't let me do it. They said no.
They said, no, no, Jeffrey, you can't do that.
I mean, that's they basically told me no. So
All right. Well, fair enough. I'm in your Discord. It's really, really easy to use, easy to navigate, and we have customer service live that can help you do that if you need it. So we have support that can help you get on that, and get all set up there. Average hold time 3 days.
yeah,
That's average, roughly.
yeah, that's an average. Like you said. Here's what the trade tracker looks like. Number of trades open. There's the Rayathon trade right there at the top. RTX right at the top. That was the last trade that fired off. Right there. So it does come with the trade tracker. You can see all these trades. Win, lose, or draw. Some stuff stays open for a couple weeks too. So these are
That's
not
why it's an
necessarily.
average.
There's an average of 3 days, but they can take 45 candles on average is kind of the average. 30-minute candles. So do the math. That's a few days and roughly 3 days. But the standard deviation is 35 candles. So 3 standard deviations get you 99 percentile is 150 candles. That's roughly 17 days, 17 trading days. So that pushes it out just a little bit further than most people think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be picking options around 18 to 30 days out in time with the algorithm so that they don't run out of time. Right there. And the statistics for this baby are at the bottom of the page, right down here. You can see 25 trades logged in the past 7 days, 13 are open, 8 are wins, 4 losses. Overall win rate was 66% this week. 2,349 trades logged in the database, 107 are open, 1,611 are wins, 629 are losses. and that's roughly a win rate of 71.8% since June. And total in the database since the beta period, there's over 2,438 in there with a 72.5% win rate.
It's at
Were
the
you showing
bottom
your
of the
screen there?
screen right there, people. 73% win rate at the bottom
Yep.
of the screen. That's what he's
And
talking.
that jives with this disclaimer right here, 73% win rate on 2,434. There's actually 2,438 in the record. A couple more closed before after we wrote this slide and before we went live with the presentation. So
Beautiful. And there is a trade tracker with this, so that's great. People were asking. Profit factor. Does your trade tracker show a profit factor at the top, Jeffrey?
no.
No. Okay. I won't worry
That's
about that.
each one of the trade alerts does.
Okay.
So we've got it by ticker as far as the profit factor, not by the system. Because you're not going to take all the trades. Nobody's going to take all the trades. I know nobody's going to take all the trades. That's just, it's almost ridiculous to think that you could take all the trades. There's going to be
we'd have a
so
lot
many
stacked
trades.
up.
There's
Yeah.
going to be so many trades. So one of these trade alerts, let me just pull up. We had the Rayathon one right back here. Gives you that profit factor right there, 1.2. It's not the same on every ticker. It's different for every ticker. I only have ones that have statistical significant numbers too.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's got less than 30 trades, it's not in here. So that's the way it works. And what does it look like in Discord? Right there. Same thing it does on the screen.
Yes. That's a screenshot from Discord. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with the Discord text, that is a screenshot from Discord. I can tell.
Right there. And then I'm going to have these new upgrades. Let me see if I can find. Well, we had the screenshot of what I kind of mocked it up to look like, what I gave the AI to make it look like.
We saw that, yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. It's going to be in my Slack.
I'll just tell everybody, while you're looking for that, I'll just say this is a huge upgrade. Because I think previously, to get the options trades, which a lot of people asked about, that was the number one question in the chat was, can we get the options trades? Because those supercharge your returns. You used to have VIP lifetime to get the options trades. Now it's $9.95 for VIP.
Yeah, you used to have the VIP to get my trades, and it never picked out the actual options for you. Like it didn't do that. Like in fact, I tried to. So I built Triple Threat after this system, and because it's a day trade system, and it was only going after a few tickers, I hand coded each ticker to find the exact option. Now Apollo does 300 different tickers, and every one of them had a different time frame on the option. That was hard to try to, like, I wasn't going to hand code 300 different tickers, and then anytime I changed out a ticker, like I had to go back and hand change the code. That was difficult to figure out how to do, and that's partly what I used AI to help me improve the code. So now it uses some, it does generalize it just a little bit, but it errs on the side of caution and conservativeness, but I think I got it worked out, and we're going to go live with it on Monday. So,
Beautiful.
What was I looking up? Oh, the screenshot. Yeah.
But so that's good. So guys, if you join today, you can get in the Discord this weekend, get locked and loaded and ready to go for Monday at the open when the Apollo Algo fires up and starts firing off alerts. So it's perfect time.
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This is just on QQQ because it was an example I could fire off on Friday when I was giving the alert to the copywriter. And this is what he used for all the different tickers, because this is the only one I ever produced, was this one. And this will probably look just a little bit different than the way it actually looks come Monday. But there you go. That's kind of what it's going to look like right there.
Love it.
Discord is where the alerts happen first. So if you want them, the cutting edge, bleeding edge, all these bots that I created run in Discord, and then automation copies them over to Telegram.
Yeah, and Telegram's just like the secondary choice. If you don't have Discord, you don't feel comfortable using Discord, you can use the Telegram. But I highly recommend you join Discord because there's a chat feature where you can ask Jeffrey questions and interact with the community, which just kind of levels up the membership even further, in my opinion.
I live in Discord. I got banned from Telegram. That's
How do you get banned from Telegram?
somebody reported me as a spammer on Telegram, and the automated system kicked me off Telegram.
Oh my gosh.
So if you talk to anybody that says they're me on Telegram, it's probably not actually me, or it's a
Yeah, there you
team
go.
member, or it's a team member using my name.
Yeah. Let's see.
My actual phone is banned from Telegram.
Your device is device banned. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the new alerts from Eris do show the spread to take.
So Eris is not going to. Eris is just an OpenClaw bot. It wrote
Okay.
this.
It wrote it.
Mike's alerts is a Python bot, no AI included. It's just smarts, algorithm smarts. Mike is going to be the one throwing out these extra alerts,
Okay.
and if it gets too muddy in here, I may break out another channel with just the clean alerts that I just showed you
Okay.
right there, just those marked up clean alerts.
This
So
is the early access, so we're still
this
trying to
is
get
early
things
access.
squared away.
This is a work in progress here. You're getting the first access to this, first opportunity. Nothing's locked in for
Right.
sure.
And $9.95 for lifetime, guys. You just can't beat it. That's, I mean, what did we say it was originally? It was half off, then you cut the price in half again. I just think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Really a
it's
no-brainer.
the best deal I possibly could come up with. Jack
I,
thought I was crazy for doing this.
Well, and at first I didn't realize I was answering questions in chat. I was like, yeah, I was like, you have to be VIP to get the, call options and the spreads. And then you said, we're gonna upgrade your membership to lifetime. And I said, I rolled that back. I said, never mind. You're gonna get all of it today when you join. So that surprised me too. I was just as surprised as Jack was.
Yeah, I mean, hey, hey, it's it is what it is.
Yes, Grant, it is. Yes, and Daryl's asking some of these folks are they're ready, man. They're already joining your Discord. They're trying to get assigned the role. They're excited, so
Yeah,
that's
so if
awesome.
you get in Discord, make sure you read the rules. It explains everything. Don't just watch the videos in the members area. Read the rules. I upgrade those often. Make sure you read all the rules. It explains what to do. It explains how to find the channels. And as soon as I get off of here, I can't authorize people while I'm on a webinar. As soon as you do the things it says to do, and I verify you, then you'll have access on Monday morning.
There you go.
All right.
All right. What other questions do you guys have? This is great. Had a bunch of questions, gone over a lot. This new upgrade, seriously, special announcement.
If you want a recording, put your name and email in the chat. We'll get you on the list.
That's right. I'll compile that together and get that sent off to the team. We'll get those emailed out to you as soon as we can.
All right, everybody.
All right. Thanks for joining us today and invest in yourself. Get your lifetime access locked into Apollo Algo for just $9.95. You're going to be glad.
Somebody looking for me on X. I don't know how you can't find me on X.
There's only one Jeffrey Turnmeyer. As long as you spell your name right, there's no one else on there. So
Yeah, I've not seen any other. I've not even run across any that were kind of close, but
yeah. Hey, thanks, Jack. I know you're out of here, but thanks for being here, Jack.
it looks right like, I mean, right like this right here.
Yep. Oh yeah. And you're verified. You got that blue check mark and
Blue check mark. There's trades posted right like that. There's nothing else in here. There's no like. There's a thing about Eris right there.
mm-hmm.
So
Uh, Johnny, I'm sure if you wanted the roadmap line, Jeffrey could send that to you.
it's I share it for free on YouTube.
I was gonna say it's free on YouTube, or you can pay a couple bucks for it.
Yeah,
It's up
so
to you.
I'll throw some links in the chat.
Maria's wanting to know how to pick the shortest hold time. She wants the returns as quick as possible.
So in the alert, like if you want to go on the low end, you don't have to follow the bot pick. You can put it as tight as possible. You may run out of time. Like the option may go to 0 before it works out. But it does pick right there the average trade duration 3.8 days. So you could go out 4 days or the next not next options expiration past that if you want to play options. It's like this one, 4.2 days. And rolling on up here, this one, 2.4 days. And this one, 4.4 days. So every one of them is in here. Like they're all different. There's no universal to it except the options picks that I'm doing, and they're going to be conservative. The spread will be in there. Yes. Like that was a new upgrade I just did.
Yep. This morning, actually.
Yeah, this morning. That's a brand new. That wasn't in there before. That wasn't even in the presentation. That's a new thing I just coded in. I'll pull up the mocked up example once again, in case anybody missed it. Right here. This is the mocked up example. What an alert will look like. It'll be a little cleaner and fancier and have a logo and stuff, but picks the ticker. This is not a real alert. This is a mocked up example. It'll have the option pick. It'll have a debit spread with all the prices and everything included. It'll have the entry, the target, the stop for shares, all right there. So shares, call options, debit spreads.
That's awesome. And Jeffrey, I would not be surprised if the next time we do this presentation, a year from now, if that win rate hasn't shot up, because now we're adding in these spreads, and I know spreads increase your win rate and lower your break even. So they're super powerful.
So the win rate is all based off of shares.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know that we'll track the options separately, but they're going to be thrown out there for everybody.
Well, there you go. So then so if you guys are taking the spreads, just know that you probably have an actual higher win rate because of the fact that they insulate you from volatility. I guess shares is the same way. Never mind.
Shares is, shares it either hits or it misses.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's a good point.
So the spreads, you could run out of time and it still hit.
Yes. That is true. That's a good point.
And then I need to throw in the market roadmap if people want just that.
Yeah, throw it in there for them. I need to save that link for myself too, so I can start dropping that. So administrator is asking if you've upgraded the Apollo algorithm. That was the whole point of this presentation. Yes, we have upgraded the Apollo algorithm. We've made some big sweeping changes to it, and then we're also adding in VIP lifetime today for $9.95, so you can get in. It's like an early access special. Andrew says I'm all in. Sledge says I will love it. That's great. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Sledge is a great guy. Sledge is Patrick that we gave the examples from in the chat here. He loves this algorithm. It's basically, this is the core algorithm that runs everything I do, whether you know it or not. It runs Cashbot. It runs the Apollo just on different time frames. It runs Cashbot, runs Triple Threat, runs Echo Trades, runs the daily setups that I show on YouTube every day. It's the market roadmap pattern. It's
oh yeah, that website is not working.
Which one was that?
The jeffreytrader.com/MRMYT.
What did I type wrong? Jeffreytrader.com. Oh, I left out
TR.
R. I left out an R. Let me see if I can edit that. Delete that.
Here, I can.
I'm not copying it off anything. I'm just typing it in.
Yeah, well, I just noticed that. That was.
There we go.
You got
that should
it?
work.
Okay.
That should work. It goes to the right page.
Yeah, that works.
$5.
No, so Larry, that's the really cool thing about what we're doing today. So this $9.95 is lifetime. You're automatically upgraded to VIP. And then we also had some questions too, Jeffrey, and I think this is the right answer for this. So let's say you had Apollo Algo for 2 years, and maybe you paid, I don't know, $1,200.
More.
You paid more, right? You paid more. To upgrade to VIP would only be $9.95, which is cheaper.
Yeah, you might as well do this today. I think it's the cheapest upgrade price. It's the cheapest anything we've offered.
It is. I went and looked because I have to check because I know people ask it all the time. I went and checked.
We're just cutting out all the extra crap for 99 slots. But once those are filled, and I've already scrolled through and seen at least 30 or 40 orders. Gosh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many slots do we have left open here, Jeffrey? I mean, I know I took one, Jack took one, so that left 97 slots, 98 slots.
I'm seeing at least 30, 40. There might not be many slots left, and by the end of the night, there may not be any.
So right now, there's probably 30 to 40 slots left. Ed signed up. Great.
Yeah, I see Steven signed up, Jeffrey signed up, Trevor, Andrew, I see you in here, Frank, Rizwan, Caron, Daryl, Ian, Philip, Craig, Lynn, Doug, Bruce, John, Ray. I mean, I can keep going. I mean, Steven, Susan, Jimmy, Roy. If anybody's still here, thank you for jumping in. Jerry,
Yeah.
Jason, another Steven.
And thanks for being here on a Saturday, too. My gosh.
Yeah, so
Took some time out of the weekend to come hang out with Jack and Jeffrey and myself and learn about this brand new system. We appreciate that so much.
Eduardo, I just see yours came through. Mark, just see yours. Ray, Ted. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
We've had I released this July in 24 originally, and I've been doing some work to upgrade this. Like I said, using Eris, which is my OpenClaw bot, one of my OpenClaw bots, to make upgrades. Everything goes live on Monday morning. It could fail. I may need to make some upgrades. Further upgrades, typos, whatever might be the problem. I'll do the best I can to keep it running. And yeah, so you're gonna get everything.
You'll be along, and you'll be along for the ride.
So, for the lifetime.
For the life. Need we say more?
If you want the day trade system, it's Triple Threat is the only day trade system that I have, and that's you'll just have to call the team 904-706-3539. Ask them about that if you want that.
Oh yeah, I guess CashBot technically those expire at the end of the day, so it's not so it's not like a day trading.
And
dang, I almost said Triple Threat, and then I was like, well, the CashBot.
I do a beer money trade that is a day trade, but it doesn't count as a day trade because it just expires. It doesn't actually close, but
right, which is the same thing CashBot does, just expires.
Yeah. Anyway, any other questions?
We've answered so many.
Yeah, the beer money trade is a cash cow.
Yeah, and that's a free one you just give out on X. Jeffrey Turnmeyer. Search him on X. Thanks, Maria.
I just try to help people. I'm not saying this is this is going to solve all your financial problems or anything like that. This is just an algorithm. I love it. I trade it. I talk about it every day on the show that Jack and I do, Market Masters. You can come watch us there every day. Throw that link in the chat.
Throw all the links in there.
We Jack and I just throw out free trades for everybody. That's occasionally I sell stuff, but this has been in the background for a while. The biggest complaint was people had a hard time picking the options trades. So now I'm doing it for you.
Do it for you.
I don't know. To me, it made sense. Like you get the entry, you get the target, you get the stop. You just pick an option trade between the entry and the target. That's about this many days, but that just was too much for some people. So we're just cutting out all that crap and giving you an options pick.
And those candles, Jeffrey, is that the 4 hour? Is that the daily? What are those candles?
Those are 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
Apollo runs on a 30-minute time frame.
There you go. There's your answer to that, Lee. And that's a typical trade, Johnny. By the way, what you're looking at right there is exactly how the alert's going to look.
Oh, this is a live trade. This was a live trade from Friday. The last trade that went off on Friday.
Yep. Well, then, Larry, this would work for you. Larry's only bought shares. There you go.
It has shares trades right there. And they're going to be simplified. Like I said a few times now, we're going to have, the new cleaned up alerts are going to look like this right here. Let me grab the thing, pull it over. It's going to be cleaned up a little bit more than this, but this is basically what it's going to look like. It's going to have the ticker, the entry, the target, the stop, an option pick, and a debit spread pick. Right there.
Beautiful. And take a screenshot of that if you need to, guys. Take a picture of that if you want to know what the alerts look like. Though there'll be much more of this to come on
This is
Monday.
not a real live alert because this is a mock-up from today's prices while the market's closed.
Right.
Right there.
So that's just an example of what it could look like.
And you see it jumped out to the 27th. To about, like I said, 18 to 30 days out in time. It's a conservative pick. And it'll do this for every alert that fires off on Monday. So
beautiful.
Right there.
Average option cost, any idea?
It's all over the place because the prices are all over the place.
Right. That's usually my go-to with that. It depends on the ticker because
it's like Rayathon right
cheaper than some others.
Rayathon's going to be pretty pricey at $200, but
right.
Apple's going to be a little bit cheaper. But if something fired off on Hut, which we had some examples of, or SoFi, those are going to be way cheaper. So,
and that's the great thing about this, something for everybody. 3 to 5 alerts per day. Like Jeffrey said, there's nobody that's really going to take all of these alerts. You're going to take the ones that work for you, which is the cool thing about it.
Yep, it's a waterfall of opportunity every day. You could take them all. You'd have to be really aggressive, but and have a big account probably. There's a bunch of them open right now too. So,
and there is a trade tracker that you include with this, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what
the automated trade tracker. The automated trade tracker just tracks shares. It doesn't track options trades. We haven't had options trades until Monday.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and Ed just asked a really good question too. He's like, "Do you have an email?" Normally, I don't believe you do that. I don't think you have email that you give out to people. But that's why we have the Discord where there's a chat that you can actually ask Jeffrey questions.
So speaking of SoFi, here's one that fired off on SoFi on Friday at 1:00. Right here.
There you go.
Here's a second bonus trade right here. I'm not jumping behind this one, but it does have a 92.8% historical win rate and a profit factor of 2.4. Usually lasts 4.2 days on average. Average is, take 2 of anything. One's above average, one's below average. So be careful. I'm going with an average.
So that's about an average.
Entry was 1896. Target was 1968. Stop is 1712. It's very tight compared to, and this one's closer to a 2 to 1. Risk 2 to make 1. It's almost getting close to a 3 to 1. And the higher the risk for the reward, the lower probability we've seen that be. Average trade is 45 candles across tens of thousands of these trades, all time frames. So if you're talking about a 30-minute time frame, that's around 3 days.
Rubber, that is a rumor, not confirmed.
I don't know. Something was supposed to get added at the end of the day. I don't think anything did.
Yeah, I heard that in Profit Panel. That's just another, they talked about that 3 months ago. Hasn't happened yet. We'll wait and see. Okay.
Ask AI. Let's see. Effective March 23rd. That says the announcements from yesterday was that VRT, LITE, COHR, and SATS are going to be added. So SoFi did not make the cut.
Okay. What other questions do you guys have? Yeah, sorry, Stevens. We're talking about SoFi being added to the S&P 500. Didn't happen.
It was not.
Yeah, it was not. It was not. Your enthusiasm is contagious, says Robin.
Hey, I amp it up for this. I'm my energy level comes and goes.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I certainly understand that now about the energy level. I tell you what, man. Comes and goes.
Yeah, my youngest is 20 something. So
Yeah, well, you know right where I am. So yeah, SoFi cannot catch a break in it. Okay. Any other questions that you guys have for Jeffrey? Oh, here's a big question. Do you have a master class that you're planning to do anytime soon for this?
the team didn't set us up for one, but we might do one depending on how many people get in and if there's demand for it.
Okay.
Uh,
I know
nothing
that's something people
nothing's
ask.
really changed from, I don't really have alerts to show off or anything. So it was kind of like a pre-release thing. And after the
Mhm.
alerts come out for a couple weeks, we may do one, the kind of update on the new alerts and everything and how they're working. Uh, but the new alerts haven't been out yet. That's why they're not in this screenshot right here.
Right.
It's brand new. It's a
That was this
pre-release.
morning, guys. That was this morning. It's 3 o'clock. It was this morning.
And the market's not open, so
Yes.
we may have one. The master class that's there is good. I mean, it
Oh
does
yeah.
like there's no real changes in the system,
Right.
in the core system. It's just a change to the alerts and how they're going to work and the and what you get right now if you're one of these 100 slots or 99 slots or maybe it's 40 slots left. So just for those that wonder if I make money in the market, here you go.
Yeah, show them off. Show them the K info.
There you go. Do I make money in the market? Here's the past year. I started this account tax day last year. This is verified profit and losses. All trades verified. This downloads straight from my broker. I can't hide trades. I can't delete trades. I can't edit trades. Straight from my broker, 2K info. They verify it, post it publicly. $77,000 in this account. I started with 75,000. I've added 10 more thousand, took out money along the way to pay bills. I don't know how much money is in the how much money is money I put in there and how much money is money that I made in the market at this point. The account's worth about 120,000. On the balance, there is some net open loss on a few things I'm holding doing the wheel strategy on, like TSLL, TOCU, CMG, Chewy, and I've got shares of those things. I do the beer money trade in here. I do a couple other trades in here. I do the new improved green light income alert trade in here. So there you go.
I love that K info. Look at that. Up and to the right, baby. That's what your account's going to look like. You start trading with Jeffrey.
Yeah, and accelerating.
Yeah, no kidding. Accelerating. And it's only March. What's that going to look like in December? I'll be here to find out. Hopefully you are all as well.
Yeah, look at the 3 months so far. This is from early December to now. One loser day. Everything else is green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like taking losses.
And Jeffrey, you use Tasty Trade for everything, don't you?
Not everything. This is Robinhood. This account.
Oh, okay.
This account is tied to Robinhood. Tasty Trade, I trade the most on Tasty Trade. I show it off on the show that Jack and I do because it's easy.
Yeah, I just always see all your alerts. You always screenshot Tasty Trade, so I figured that's what you use the most of.
Yeah, see, here's my personal info right here. Here's a SEP IRA, 35,000. It's down a little bit for TSLL. Here's an individual account, up 19,000 for the year. Another traditional IRA down 145 for the year. And it's not a very big IRA, as you can see.
You're in $27,000 of open positions there, Jeffrey. So I wouldn't worry about being down $4,000. That's not realized yet.
Yeah. So I've got a few open positions. This one's mostly cash. This is mostly cash, though. So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
It's trader friendly, but I do have an account I have the most money at E-Trade. I do the biggest volume of trades, biggest volume of contracts at Robinhood. I do probably the most trades, period, of any size at Tasty Trade. Lots of small little one contract trades. And I have interactive brokers. I have a Webull. I have a Thinkorswim, Schwab account, I guess now.
Mm-hmm.
I've got. I trade with. Me and my wife have roughly $500,000 between crypto, mostly in retirement accounts. This cash account right here, this cash account and the Robinhood account are my only actual taxable accounts. And yeah, I got another like E-Trade account with a couple grand in it that I don't remember. I think it was the Trade Monster account that went to Option House that went to E-Trade. It's got a couple grand in it. And then I got a crypto.com account, I got a Coinbase account, I got a Mine Crypto, I got
Oh yeah, good old Coinbase. I
um
forgot about Coin. I have a Coinbase account too.
I probably I probably got the most money at Coinbase because all my crypto mining goes to that account now because NiceHash quit being a fiduciary and they made me withdraw it all. So anyway, any other questions?
No, I
Thanks for
think we
coming.
got them all, man. We've knocked them out the park.
All right, thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us, Blake. Go
Oh
hang out with
yeah.
that new baby.
Well, I am gonna do that. I got one more little stream I got to do today for my man Jeff Smith after this. So,
All right. Well, enjoy the family, and I'll see you on
well,
Monday.
you do the same,
Thanks for
Jeffrey.
coming, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. We'll see you. Have a good one. All right, I'll take back the screen for you too. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do is, since we answered most of the questions, like 99% of the questions, normally I'd ask, hey, what other questions do you guys have? If you guys have anything else, let me know in the chat. I can try to answer what I can. But I'm going to leave this room open for just about 10 more minutes and put on some tunes and rubber. There's no oh yeah, back here. Yeah, I know. That guy, he's fishing. He keeps fishing on my property. You're welcome, Lee. Okay. So got about 8 minutes left before I'm gonna close this room up, and then I'm gonna open another room. Might go a little bit longer, in case you guys have any other questions. So yes, Maria, if you want to replay, post your email in the chat. I think I said that before. I'll say it again. Post your email, post your phone number. We will, if you guys, maybe you don't feel comfortable, buying this online, which I'm sure, we had somebody in here who was really worried about buying it online. I told them to call. So just give us a call, 904-706-3539. That's the best number to get a hold of us at. They changed it up on me. I thought it was 3537. I guess it's 3539. You call that 3537 number, though, it's still going to go to us. I don't know why they never changed the number. Why'd they change the number on me? I guess it's 3539 for today. So there you go. Updated link. That 3537 number, if you call it, it'll still work, though, that I've posted. 3539, though, seems to be the number they want to use for this presentation. So give us a call there. Thanks, Rubber. We'll see you on Monday. Appreciate it. And with that, folks, looks like we're out of questions. So I want to remind you guys, this is a lifetime special, $9.95. If you're on the fence thinking about joining, take a chance. We have a 2-week money-back guarantee. Like I was telling that guy, there's nobody else that does that in the community. Everyone's like, oh, one-time purchase, no refunds. No, that's not us. 2-week guarantee. If you try this, you get in, you don't like it, we'll give you a refund. I don't think there's anybody out there that's doing that. Not that we encourage you to do that by any means, but we want you to get in, want you to love the service, want you to love what we offer. And I think that truly just speaks volumes to what we do here. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up. You guys have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend. Get some rest. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Take care, folks. Bye-bye. 37 number. All right, everybody. I'm going to pop back on here just very briefly because I do need to go ahead and get this room closed up and get started for the next one. We're a little bamboozled today. Not really. It's really not too bad. We're just staying busy. So where is okay, so basically This was for Apollo. Now, here's the deal. Apollo is really good if you like a lot of alerts. I'm not going to beat it over too much because they went through that whole presentation. But if you want a replay, if you want a copy of the presentation or something like that, let me know in the chat. I'd be more than happy to help you. It seems like Mark's going to be getting in on the 1% program, which is really good. I love the 1%. I think that that's going to be bread and butter for a lot of people. One of the big things I always hear about, in any of the services I do, like any of the, programs, the shows I'm on, people are always concerned about the win rate. They're like, what's the win rate? What's the win rate? If you want something that really has a high probability of winning, 1% would be a really, really good fit for you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Apollo doesn't win, because it definitely does. Back tested results, it wins about 73% of the time. I just know that some people don't like to lose. That's me. I don't like to lose. So if you don't like to lose, then that 1% is going to be bread and butter for you, because it has like a 99.5% win rate. So that could be something you're interested in. But Apollo is really good too. This is a lifetime offer. It's $9.95. So if you want to scratch that trade niche with some profits you make from the 1% club after doing that for a while, maybe this be a good fit for you. But either way, thanks guys so much for being here on Market Masters. I forgot to stop the freaking YouTube stream. I always do that. I gotta go.